QAW's pandemic rages on. The Great Depression from the top of the ladder. Oh! I feel God in his messy catacombs. My feet long down this hole. Cold Hard Cashin is your women's champion. The smoke down here will sing and burn, so cover up your eyes. Sooner than you know. 1, 2, we are the champion.
Love that intro.
We're on.
I love
Everybody.
We're here.
When are they gonna fight?
I love that intro so much.
It's pretty
right.
good. It's pretty good.
I think that song and Glorious are my two favorite pieces of music. And Whittle Baby Christmas. Those are my three favorite pieces of music from the QAW verse.
Little Baby Christmas.
I don't even remember Baby Christmas. No.
Is it with
Christmas.
Baby Powers?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of the
Was it
the
a rap?
apex of the show, yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah.
She's like in a bra. She's like Whittle Baby.
Yeah.
Christmas, Whittle Baby
Yeah,
Christmas."
that's right. That's right. That's
So
right.
good. So dumb.
Well, that is QAW. It's so good and it's so dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah.
That's what makes it
That
so
should be the
good.
tagline. Too late now.
So good.
It's a little late to come up with a new tagline.
Oh, we have 3 shows and a pay-per-view coming up, and then we've got tonight's Vintage Slams, which I guess we should go ahead and get started.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do that. Let's get into it.
Should
Let's
we
get right.
maybe explain to the audience what the hell we're doing tonight?
Yeah, so we are watching the QAW Pandemic from May 20th, 2021. This was selected because it's the first one I could find that was under 3 hours that had everybody that's going to be on the stream tonight in it. That was my scientific method. And the main event, the Generation versus Axis.
Love it. These cards in the beginning, so good.
This is really where we stepped up the production too.
Yeah, the
I felt like I had to stop doing like my bad photoshops and just do regular ones.
Okay. I forget how Athens, Georgia came into the whole thing. I know it has to do with New Jersey and Mejor Luchador, which is you.
Yes.
The God of Fire.
The God of Fire. So shortly, so I became the God of Fire. We went on that long break. And when we came back from the long break, I went to claim my rightful spot with the gods of Mount Olympus. And they were like, hey, why don't you go protect Athens? And then because Mercury is kind of a doofus, he gave me Athens, Georgia instead of Athens, Greece to protect.
Aha.
And so the first match back from that break
mix-up
was against the governor of New Jersey for Athens, Georgia.
Right. Yes.
And so that intro that I do where I take the New Jersey song and just sing Athens on it really aggressively was because in the back of my head I was like, well, eventually I'm going to circle back and just lose Athens to the governor of New Jersey. And then that never happened because I kept finding new stuff to play with Athens and Orient's Michael Stipe and that whole
Yes. That's my favorite.
And again, I'm so bad. I can't keep up with all the lore. So how did Michael Stipe end up being part of it?
So Ariam famously from Athens.
Oh!
Yeah.
Stupid me.
And so I just took an Athens resident.
Famously. Okay.
Famously. I don't know.
Yeah. Come on,
I figure if I know it about
catch
REM,
up.
it must be a thing everybody knows about REM. But this is something I am learning that is not true.
Free City of Athens is
Not.
not be his family.
No, had no clue. No.
I like how
clue.
you can
But now I
see-
know.
Matt's little volume finger going up.
Just in case that's not the way.
Yeah, well, you gotta
Matt, if
find
you're
the
still there,
right.
You could probably
level.
turn up a little bit more again. A little bit.
Tonight.
Just a smidge. Scooch it a scotch.
I just realized that the fire background behind us is probably the exact same fire background that I stole to make the El Mejor Luchador logo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is.
And now we're into the CSI with the Claire Bear.
Oh my
Yes.
god, I forgot about that.
You're making a mistake. My only mistake. Was listening to you.
That was my
I was
favorite.
riveted by
We
the
just put
storyline.
all of the face makeup and becoming a bad person for like a 5 seconds.
I know, right? So much makeup.
I
for such
I took a fashion
short-
shoot with that because I was like, yo, I put on some
Yeah.
stuff here.
Yeah. I
But
remember, and then when you taking it off, your whole face was just fucking black.
You guys hold one ace freely from being Kiss in this video.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It
Like,
was
was that
so
on
fun.
purpose, or is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I told when we were joining the cult, we were like, let's do everything wrong. Let's do everything wrong. And so, you do yourself the face paint or whatever. He tries to make it very whatever. And then we put on like a star and she put on cat makeup. And I was like, yeah, we need to do the like Kiss people, like Kiss. And we exchange pictures to try to make. It was actually really hard to do a star on your eye.
Arian, the newest
Yeah.
member of
I can only.
Yeah.
I painted in with
I would do
liquid
that.
eyeliner.
sister.
So at this point, we're
The investigation into
We're still investigating into the cult.
Continues.
Right.
Claire Bear, Meowrian, and unlike
Yes. At this point,
Yeah.
Delfino is still on the mountaintop.
They're-
the
Dying
cult
of
has not
cold.
Yeah,
been
my whole-
revealed as a Ponzi scheme yet.
Meowrian has to test
My whole
her
idea was I wanted to be like I Love Lucy in a cult. So like I wanted to be like this cult is trying to be really serious, and then they just cut to us and we have like paper cutouts of like paper dolls or whatever. We have like all this, like joke stuff.
Win over
That was-
Brian is really good at that, at doing this like ridiculous.
Yeah,
like, very.
he was great.
I will tell you the most ridiculous thing, but I'm going to be so earnest about it
Your own.
that you are going to for a second question. Do I know this is funny?
Dabbled in
I find that
It's so true.
the cult is just.
Oh my god, I didn't realize the clown was guest.
It's not real.
Yeah, this is
He's
the
guest
clown's-
commentating on this episode.
Oh.
Our dear friend
I'm Lord
Dana J.
Ewan.
Vine, who plays
unpredictable.
the clown.
You won't see the
Clown.
clown at Cult Con.
The
Hilarious.
scariest clown.
It's another way to establish
I think
hierarchy.
Meowrian is my
Relationship.
favorite
Another way to jockey
newest
for power
character.
where power doesn't
You know?
She's so
Like-
fun.
My favorite
I love the
my
quick
favorite
wit.
post midpoint new character.
Like she's out in Vancouver? Question mark.
Yes. Yes?
Is it
The
Vancouver?
clown has his way.
Definitely
they
Western
free will
Canada.
never
I can't
give
remember
it
She's
if
to
Western
Vancouver
Canada. Okay,
It's true.
or it's Toronto. Maybe I don't know.
that's Western Canada, right? Anything that's
One-
not
it's one of
Nova
them.
Scotia is Western Canada.
And Quebec. It's not Nova Scotia. It's not Quebec. It's got to be Western
one
Canada.
and sister on her way to the
Yeah.
ring.
So
Zip
was
Zimmer,
Sister
remember, joining
just a
the cult
character, or
by
was there a
joining
human
Mountain
person who
after
played
that-
Sister?
that
No,
long,
Sister was always just
relationship
an
with AC Bolts throughout
an
the
NPC that
Bachelorette,
came to the
but
ring with
that he,
um,
set himself
the
a higher
chosen
calling
With the
than
chosen one. Okay, so the other thing with this storyline is I kept confusing Sister and the Chosen One because I kept thinking they were one and the same. So whenever I was hitting David up about a story, I'd be like, and then Sister, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, but not Sister, right? Because she's not a real character. And I was like,
She's not
oh,
a
right,
human.
right. No, yeah. We both got confused. It really was like I Love Lucy, me just pitching the thing too.
We're in Concourse 3. I hope nothing happens over there later in the show.
Don't
It's the
get
Course in the whole dome.
the rocking chair. She looks. Oh God, Ben's gone.
Awesome dome for
Dear God.
it would, well, like
What
we do,
happened?
actually. We never
You had to talk about the rocking chair.
Oh God.
And of course, I-93
Oh, well.
is 3 eye points.
Oh well.
Okay, so it's because I think this.
suck it,
Wait.
I-90.
Hey, I'm back.
And he's back.
But don't you
I
all stop
believe
for joining us. If you
I
haven't followed
believe
us,
the
subscribe to
rocking chair.
QAW
It's like
Studios.
I
Please
think
do
it's
so
Bray
if
Wyatt.
you have
Wait,
Amazon.
Yeah,
it
this
was
is the
Bray
Bray Wyatt
Wyatt.
entrance. This is
Entrance.
Bray Wyatt who
I think
had
he's
his
had a
own
couple
cult.
different entrances.
On this
So
channel,
like
creating
that was the rest of it
content
came
in
in.
2
All
days a
that's
week.
why all the
Thanks so
lights
much
go
for being
down
here.
and
If you're
the
new to
little
QAW,
candles go up
let's introduce yourself
usually.
in the chat and say hi.
Rocking
We'll be
chair,
here
he was
Thursday at 8
weird.
p.m.
He
and
was
our
weird,
wrestling
Yeah.
and it was
review
wonderful.
like weird,
29th.
goth
May
adjacent
29th.
creepy characters.
Whoa.
And
Oh,
so
Actually,
there's
as
a
immediately
lot
a
to work
sister,
with.
Meowrian is not holding anything
Yeah.
back. She's looking to end this one early.
Have either of
Oh,
you guys
man.
ever fought
So
your
did you have like the whole CSI like mostly mapped out,
I mean,
or did you
anytime.
just kind of discover
Civil
stuff as you went
rivalries can be
along?
really
or-
tough.
We had parts.
Well,
We
the
had
challenge
parts
is
mapped
a
out.
hard figure, a master
And then so we had like the very so at the very beginning we were going pitching back and forth. Me and Marion were pitching back and forth to each other. We're like, okay, this is like the idea of kind of what I want to do, and like what should we do? And then we had the idea to do like a CSI cheesy line at the end, and we're like, oh my god, why don't we make it? And that's why we came up with the name Clarion Scene Investigation. And then making a cheesy line at the end of every single one. And then what was great was she was like, hey, at the very beginning of this whole thing, she was like, great, I know how to play Bubba O'Reilly on the accordion because that's the theme song of CSI, right? And I was like, what? We are using that for the final episode. And when everything's done and we figured out, it's like a whole, I had it all mapped out in my head. At the very beginning, I was like, at the very end, you're going to be playing Bubba O'Reilly. We're going to be putting all the pieces together, and then we're going to take down the cult. So I think we had like an outline, and then we did change some stuff up throughout, but that was the very end one. I had it all mapped out in my head.
So this is the information that I'm here for, because I had forgotten basically anything about CSI other than the little glasses quips. So I had forgotten that Bob O'Reilly was even part of CSI, and so I was watching that going, this is really cool ambient music that they have selected. I wonder what the meaning of this is.
Yeah, it was great. So dramatic. I absolutely loved it. So dramatic and like so cheese.
There's
and I love
nothing more dramatic than an accordion.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why Weird Al is considered a very serious artist.
Yeah. Well, it's after college, in my younger days, my old roommate and I would like go to bars, and he would play the accordion, and I would sing "Everybody Hurts," and people hated us.
Oh my god!
What?
People hated us for that.
Man, I wish I knew. I would have been there cheering you on at every single performance. I would have been a groupie for sure.
So you've been a Michael Stipe fan for some time.
Oh yeah, I was a teenager in the '90s, so I loved REM.
Oh right, okay.
that
I was gonna say
sounds
I was a
amazing.
teenager in the '90s. I was not. I was not a teenager.
Was this like a karaoke thing, or did you guys like have to submit a performance thing for?
So they would do this open mic, and it was people would go up and they would it was open mic. They would bring their bands or their jokes, or one guy would read his poetry and play his flute.
Yeah.
Which
Wow.
That
sounds great, but was terrible.
Of course. Yeah, it's gonna be terrible. That sounds.
It was very angry poetry, and it did not go with the flute vibe.
Yikes. Was it like jazz flute? Was it like classic?
I could not tell you what he was going for.
Was it like I get my anger out with my poetry and then my zen on with my flute? It's like a balancing
I
act.
wish, because it sounded like he was trying to like get the flute to match his energy, but like on top of being a bad poet, he was also a bad flautist. So it just
it was just real angry. Just real
Oh, it was
angry.
the same person.
Yes.
I thought the flute was accompanying in the back. I thought it was two people.
No, this was one guy just trying to keep it winding. Meowrian
So he
wins.
was like, "The world is bad and I am mad."
Yeah, that's
like instead of the bongos, it's the flute.
yeah.
Right?
But there was no rhyming, and like the last I'm gonna say 20 to 1,000 minutes of it were just him screaming, "Lord, I'm terrified," over and over again. Because he also always only did like, and I'm like, he always only did the one poem. I always only did the one REM song, but That's because Hell didn't want to learn another REM song.
Just eat your food.
There it is.
I'm terrified. You really would you shout, I'm terrified?
Lord, I'm terrified. Lord, I'm terrified. Lord, I'm terrified.
Wait,
Wow.
was this a college kid or an older gentleman?
He was probably early 20s. Like that was the crowd.
Oh my
What?
god. I think
That
this
is
kid was
not
on
what I was
psychedelics,
picturing.
on some drugs.
Maybe.
That
His
would
flute's coming
not
to
have
life
surprised me.
as he's playing.
Like there were multiple vehicles in that parking lot with people sampling different mind-altering substances. That's
Oh.
just
Of course. Wait,
All
this
right,
is
we
the
have the,
locker room.
Oh,
This
there's
is the
more.
coda.
I
There
think
was
we
a coda
usually
to
did
this
after
match.
scene.
Oh, right. Oh my gosh. This volume situation is a
This
little
is
bit of an
my
issue. I wish one of us could control
dramatic.
it. Now you got tears instead of the
Yeah,
stars. I love
you
it.
cry
Yeah.
black because you've got the Lord Zonathan in you, or don't have the Lord Zonathan in you.
Yeah, I was sad because I thought I was the chosen one, and then she beat the sister. So clearly, I was not the chosen one that I was told to be. This is very much extra dramatic scene.
You've verged on like actual acting several times in your QAW run.
I try to use my
Verged.
degree as much as I can.
Yeah, right? I know.
There was a
Listen.
moment where I thought Tommy may have actually broken your heart.
Oh no. Dude, for my fucking Beltina Liu Slamazon, I cried real tears in that promo.
I'm gonna have
I
another
take this
dramatic speech coming
seriously.
up.
And if you don't, you're probably more sane than me.
I mean, it's hard. We've all been cooped up. Like we forget that this was everybody's only creative outlet for like months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
still
Ben,
very
you've
into
been in it since the very beginning, right? Since day one.
Yeah.
Yeah, day one. Back like just when it was, we're gonna do this. This will be funny. And then in
when
a few
did it-
weeks we'll go back to our real world.
Right. When did it actually start? It was the end of March, or was it right after lockdown started?
It was like sometime. I think it started up like April, like ish.
Okay. So then I was there because I was there.
Yeah, you were like
late
I
April.
would have thought you were an original.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't in the first couple episodes, but I was pretty quick. I got on board. That's fun. And then Grace, when did Claire Bear make her debut? Do you remember?
Like September, I think. September.
Okay.
Yeah, September. Because I
It's been a year
started
for you.
at Claire's. I started working at Claire's in like the end of August, beginning of
Right.
September, and then MLab would come visit me on her like job running errands, and she's like, "Hey, we need more wrestlers," and I wasn't gonna do it, but then I had the idea for Claire Bear, and I was like, "Okay, this is funny." And then it was fun. I would film in Claire's all the time.
Yes.
I
I know. People would always ask, like, wait a minute, how did she get access to a Claire's?
I was like, I don't care if I get fired, whatever. I was like, Claire's. I just kept trying to push it. I would push the limits because I just wanted to see like if like they would fire me. There was like a time I was like yelling at teddy bears in Claire's. It was kind of fun.
we just missed the entire intro to Gorsisis, but that was
We
what
did.
he was. He was Gorsisis.
Yes.
That's all right.
That was insane.
I think the
He
initial
swore.
promo lasted longer than the character, so we're okay.
Right. Hey, Steve!
That's true.
I forgot about Top Rope. Oh my
What?
god. Fucking David with, instead of a
Like his
cat,
dog.
he's got Banjo. His stuffed
dog.
fucking corgi. Hilarious.
Was this
We're
when
like-
Diamond was trying to make friends?
We're
Yes, I think
getting
so.
close to around there. He's not lost the generation just yet.
Okay.
So we're not to that point in the continuity. He's still very much trying to be a dick in all of his appearances.
Man. Oh, hey,
and
look
there's
who it
the
is.
Illuminati.
It's Illuminati. I gotta break those contacts out and decrustify them for my next couple of promos here.
Oh boy.
I've
So
been-
Illuminati.
Yeah, I've been doing Sims only promos for a while because like it always comes up on fucking Tuesday and I'm like, shit. Sims is easier. I'll just do that. I don't have to fucking put makeup on. Those contacts are awful.
That's a whole thing. Like people, yeah, like I've got a character that I do a wig for, and like that's the whole nine there. I got a wig and I got a mask, and then we go.
Grace was coaching me the first time I tried to put the contacts
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
It took
tough.
me like 40
Yeah.
minutes. Like probably 40
I've been
minutes.
putting
to
in
get
contacts
them
for
in.
like a couple decades now, I want to say, almost close to. And so like it's nothing to me now. I can just do it with like out looking in the mirror like nothing at all. And she's like, "How do I do this?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Like I don't even think about it anymore." I was like trying to figure out how to show her how to do it.
I
did
tried
not work.
contacts and it was awful. I couldn't. Yeah, it was done.
Oh yeah. When I first did it, I like couldn't do it, but now it's nothing. It just takes practice.
I totally agree, Dan Chappa. Dan, I think, originated the video game promo with Animal Crossing.
He did. And it was amazing.
We definitely all took cues from him. So thanks for
such
that,
a brilliant idea. I
should
just
get
draw
Dan on the
things
next
in a
one
book
because I
sometimes
want to talk
when
about
I don't want to film.
like Education's evolution with him, because we started like the tag team with the Ghost Chef.
Yes.
To like the tag team with Loaf and the Animal Crossing. Like I want to go through that. So
That's my
next time, Dan, I want you on the show so you can walk us through Education's evolution.
Okay. Does anyone else think that Adie's food tattoos look like leprosy? Oh, it went away. But it looks like he's got like a rash or something.
They were a little much, yeah. It was, I think he had to tell me what those were because I thought he was like bruised or like got into a fight with a vacuum cleaner.
Hickeys. Oh my god. So funny. Deal your pain. I think I joined the same time that MLab did. And she came up with this character.
Oh,
very
that's
fun.
the blood one. The blood episode.
One?
Oh,
the blood episode of Top Rope.
What is?
It was like something of your sweat and blood or something like that. I forget.
Oh.
And I think I did.
I'm pretty
blood.
sure I was eliminated, or Illuminati was eliminated the episode before this one. I think.
Yeah, I think you were giving your goodbye there, if I could hear that correctly.
I think pretty much I was like, I don't care about this. I just want people to join the Illuminati, and they were like, all right.
The Illuminati
not in it anymore.
Illuminati knows what she wants. She's a character with very simple needs.
Yeah.
But like low key, I want to drink this. It looks amazing.
So good. I want it right
so
now.
Good.
Oh my god. What is the green stuff in the background? Wait, celery and then a pickle. Oh my god, and Slim Jims. Wait, what's in between the olives? Cheese?
Lime, I think. Cheese. I wish it was cheese. I think it's lime.
No, what's in between the olives? That's lime.
Lime. I think it's little lime wedges. I think it could be cheese.
In between the olives.
Tell us in the chat, Dan. You're in the chat. What do you think is in between the olives in this drink? I actually like a Bloody Mary. Man.
Me too. I had my first Bloody Mary a couple years ago on I was about to say on Irish Day. On Irish Day.
On Irish Day?
On Irish Day. Irish Day.
My brain works real good. My brain's working real good lately.
Oh man, we're only an hour one.
It's delicious.
Yeah, right. I don't remember.
She kept putting things in microwaves and like turning it into other things. Like she was a magician.
Right.
And this
Dan
is
says
awesome.
cheese.
Yeah, Dan thinks it's cheese.
Cheese. I know I think it's cheese too.
Thank you, Larry, and someone.
Oh.
What is happening here? I don't remember what she was making.
So thirsty. She's real thirsty.
Oh, this was Told Hard Trashin'.
Right. Told Hard Trashin'.
I love all of the wigs.
Right.
There's just like a whole lot of lore for Cashin. Some of it that never even got used. It was just like headcanon for her. That I'm kind of wondering if she seems to be done already, right? Like she's got stuff to do and is out of the QAW universe.
I don't
Maybe?
know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's maybe something coming up with Cash and Bash.
I would like to see it.
We need a resolution to Cash and Bashin'.
Cash and Bash and
Definitely
Trash
so.
and there's the Claire
Cash,
Bear
Bash,
once
Bash.
again.
Yes,
Claire
indeed.
Bear.
Join the cabal. Those fucking hot pants.
Oh,
almost
this is
called
when I
you
made
Claire.
Claire Bear juice.
Yeah, which we
Oh.
still have. We should be drinking it right now. But we still have it in the fridge.
Yeah, a
Like,
little
the
jar,
original Claire
mason
Bear
jar.
juice.
I made moonshine. I really did.
You literally made moonshine.
Wow.
And how
It
long
was
did you let
very
it
sweet. Like a week. A week. It was
Yeah.
strawberries. Here we go. Strawberries. Boom. You mash them up. I'll since we can't be yeah. We mash it. It was good. We put them in the jar. What else was in that jar? Hot tamales. I think the hot tamales made them too sweet.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, you're just dumping
And grain
straight sugar
alcohol.
in there.
Yeah.
Grain alcohol.
That's what it was.
Holy shit.
Grain alcohol. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
I like
forget
that you
what
can
that's
see
called.
that our third roommate is gone because of the bag of mail hanging from his door.
Yep. And then I put blood in.
Right.
Which was fitting with your like aspirations to become a cult leader at this point.
Indeed. Indeed.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Lore check.
I had a scene. I had a scene of me actually putting blood in. It was food coloring, but I had to cut it because we had to make the video so short.
Right.
What can you do? What can you
They're
do? But this
sticklers
is one of
for
my
time.
favorite. The little last end of this scene. I like took it as fun. Hold on. It's like where there's a close up after I sip it. Yeah. It's become crazy on a sugar
It's
rush. And
it's
it
like
says
that
fucking
kid.
magical unicorn. I love that glass.
Isn't there
So
like
you-
a vine? There's a vine of some kid like eating blue
Oh yeah, eating
Then they go-
eating those.
cotton candy.
Yeah. I was going to shut the camera off and I was drinking it, so then I just kept going with it, whatever. And then I just sped it up. I always speed up Claire Bear. It makes me laugh when I do that.
Yeah, I like it. I like that.
And it helps cut time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's smart.
And it just seems right for
Yeah.
the character half the time. Like, just,
Yeah.
okay, that's right. She's up and she's
And
and
crack
then we've got the
cocaine.
uterus.
True. And crack cocaine. So here's another
Yeah.
of my favorite characters, Uterus. I think Uterus is one of my favorite characters.
Uterus is an all timer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for me,
I will never
it's
So
forget.
good.
Yeah,
it's
there was
Uterus
a,
and Unkillable Man are like 1A and 1B for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unkillable Man. Yeah, I
Oh.
really love the team up of Gorthal, the Resilient, and the Unkillable Man together.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's so good. That's one of my favorite moments.
They got
that's
that-
like my favorite
the
team.
millions of dollars entrance where they got the arms around each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah,
And it's just one of those things where like, yeah, the game has
So
something
happy.
for everything. And
it's
Yeah.
so good.
It's just so fun
It really
and silly.
does. I
It's
wish
so fun.
that I don't know. I would like to think that someone at fucking WWE 2K19 or the friend whatever the company is it EA? Who makes that?
that's a really
Yeah,
good
I think
question.
so.
That I wish that they had ever caught wind of this show. I don't know if they did. I doubt that they did, but I would think it would be great if they did.
I think
When
there was a
it's
while where
June-
Dennis was like trying to get like not necessarily like somebody like at the WWE, but like some of the lower tier wrestlers, like, hey, pay attention to our thing
Yeah,
and mention it on your thing.
yeah.
And I don't know if that ever worked.
So
Yeah, I
silly.
think when I did some of the social media, I was trying to tag some wrestlers in it. And I did do the hashtag of the WW, like 2K or whatever, but I should have done I should have tagged them in it. That would probably have been better.
I wonder,
Dan
like, would I've gotten
says,
like,
oh, sorry. Dan
Oh, go
says
ahead.
his favorite moment is Dennis's reaction to Loaf. So, for those of you who don't know who Dennis is, he's specifically referring to Mike Mann's Loaf Terror.
Yep.
I too was horrified by
Yeah.
Loaf's anthropomorphization in the show.
That was the terror for that first Loaf appearance was
Oh, it's
genuine.
brilliant.
Yeah.
So genuine.
Yeah.
And I think we all
upsetting.
felt it. We all felt it because we're like, what is this thing? This
Yeah.
is what is this?
I
Like
was
you could take
genuinely
that
upset.
and make it like a slasher film killer, and you'd be onto something.
Yes.
But I have a question.
Yes.
Was Loaf the wrestler in the game came before the actual Loaf, the little stuffed
No.
animal Loaf that Cat
No,
does?
so
Or they both came at the
Loaf-
same time?
So
Yeah,
Loaf
Loaf was a
came
character.
out
Yeah, you
of-
know it better.
Yeah.
No,
so
I know
Loaf
it's from
was-
Slumber Party.
Yeah.
But in
Sleepover.
QAW, did the wrestler, and that's why we're all freaking out because we just see this wrestler. We didn't see the little stuffed animal do a promo.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
I think so,
Could
right?
be. Well, I think it was like they did like a P&P, a picture because they did a rumble. I think is what it was. They did a rumble of all of the characters from Sleepover, and so they do like a picture-in-picture thing, like I'm Lord
Right.
Chapman, and here's my fucking whatever, and then so then
Yeah.
there's Loaf, like the little like.
Yeah. So you got the stuffed animal and it
Nobody-
wobbled and it winked, and then that.
Yeah.
Then you got that, and you know,
Nobody was paying attention to the stuffed animal picture-in-picture. They just saw that Loaf wrestler.
My brain did not
come
make the
out.
1-to-1.
Yeah.
No,
It
because
is,
I did not like it either at the beginning.
Upsetting. Yeah.
Our 2MB overlords have pointed out that Loaf was created on a stream, so there is
God.
there
It
is a
was not
stream where
perfect.
we can watch David
I
actually
strongly disagree
No.
that it was
pull
perfect.
this
Don't
horror
do
into
it!
reality.
Don't do it.
No, that's good though,
Don't-
because there's a stream
bring it to
somewhere where like his reasoning for making those choices is documented.
So fucking creepy. The butt crack. It's the butt crack for me.
The butt crack is very disturbing.
Yeah. Whether Loaf is.
But
is
to be
appearing-
fair, that butt crack does show up on basically all the wrestlers that are wearing like fitted outfits or whatever. But
not the
with
same.
Loaf, it's just one color from head to toe.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And it's more
TVD
obvious.
Heller is here with, more importantly, Sydney Bean Salad. Hi, Sydney Bean.
Hi, Sydney Bean Salad.
Oh,
So fucking cute.
so adorable.
Do not.
She's the best wrestler, I think.
Oh yeah. Don't be assuaged by her cute outer appearance. She will kick your ass.
She will. She will.
I do appreciate Shion's staunch resistance to doing things in widescreen. Just won't do it.
No,
She
it's like
just won't.
Well,
You gotta have a
also,
bit.
wasn't she? What was her name again? Was
Scoby. It's
Scoby. Right, and
God.
it's made in a jar.
something byproduct of yeast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
and
a
it's always a
living
jar. So, like,
kombucha.
wouldn't
Yeah.
the
Right,
wide
is that-
thing be her being in a jar? Right, because she's like, we are one and the same. She does funky promos that I love. I'm putting the
She hasn't
pieces
had a
together
promo
now. I'm
for a
telling
long
you.
time though. Maybe that's why. I have bad long.
I don't think we've seen her since Top Rope, have we?
Yeah. Illuminati fought her one time. I tried to pull her back in.
Oh yeah, yeah, I
but
remember.
I don't think she even made a promo for it.
So Illuminati's deal, I'm circling back to this. So she wrestles matches, and if you win, you can get an invitation to join the Illuminati.
Yes.
But no one has accepted this invitation
Right.
yet
Exactly.
because
yes.
there are too many shadowy organizations. In QAW.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Nobody wants to be in the Illuminati, which makes no sense because the Illuminati has members like Obama and Beyonce. Like, come on! Don't you want to be in a club and rub elbows and hobnob? Whatever.
I would have so many questions for Beyonce and 2 questions for Barack Obama. It would
Right.
be-
Right? Agreed. Jess, is Illuminati in these final episodes really going to be trying to push real hard to get members and doing things?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We only have a
I'm
few
excited.
episodes left. The finale, the series finale of QAW is on October 24th. I don't know what time we're starting. I have no idea. But what I do
All
know
day.
is that...
I hope it's early because it's going to be a long episode, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a
We're-
feeling we're going to be pushing 5
The
hours.
marathon.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling.
The Christmas Eve, the New Year's Eve was pushing 5 hours, I think.
Yeah.
This one's going to be because I also feel like David's going to give people time to do their like intros and their farewells and their
Yep.
whatever else is.
And there's 2 30-person rumbles.
2 30-person
Yeah.
rumbles.
Right.
Right?
Although,
We're
you
starting
know
to
what?
record
Have 30
commentary.
female characters.
You know what we should
I think we have
do?
like 15.
And I
Well, we've had-
think
it depends
we should
on how
be
many he wants to
playing-
resurrect.
We need to do a marathon playing. Anytime 2MB is not playing something, they should be playing the old episodes straight through, like Friday through Sunday or Thursday
Yeah.
through Sunday.
Yeah.
Like I used to watch those every episode ever of Degrassi, and in 1 week and they would show like every episode ever created of Degrassi up until the newest episodes came out. We should do that.
That's a great idea.
So you can
There's
get up.
so much lore.
Yeah,
I
there's-
cannot keep up.
It's hard,
No.
and so like, what do you do? Like you recap?
You
Do
kind of just
you-
pick and
Yes.
choose what you have fun with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like there's so much stuff like in the journey that like I was gonna do something and then I lost a match that I thought I would win or won a match I thought I would lose, and then like little dangling plot threads are just still out there. But no, do I really need to close the loop on the greatest wrestler split personality? No, probably not.
It's
Yeah,
very
I think
it's
what-
very Lost
yeah.
of Us. You know what I mean? It reminds me of the last season of Lost, where they were just kind of like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, and that's like everybody.
I kind of like. So go ahead.
Hashtag what happened to Walt.
I kind of like that you can just hop in, and every episode there's some crazy, or at least 5 like crazy storylines happening, 3 to 5 storylines happening, and it's like it doesn't matter if you were following along or not. It's still so good whatever is happening. I feel like we usually do a pretty good job of sort of like recapping a little bit. So if you're just hopping in, you still have an idea of what's going on
Yeah.
as you watch
Yeah.
the most recent.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is where like David on commentary doing the Barkley Swanton, Buckley Swantoon,
Swanton.
Swanton.
doing like he really does his best to like, hey, this is where the story is, this is where the characters are, and it's this weird sort of like, yeah, this thing is a joke, but we've got to explain what the joke is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
on announcements,
I
always
am-
being like, "Oh yeah."
I think
so-and-so.
David takes care of the stories, and Dennis takes care of making this feel like it's an actual wrestling broadcast. And I
Dennis
think that's
Yes.
a really nice
such
balance.
a good job. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Dennis, he's so quick. He's so on the spot. He rarely laughs at his own jokes. He's so fucking
He's
good.
committed. He's committed.
Yeah, he's in it to win it. He has a character. He knows what the character is. He does such a good job with the commentary. I can't. He sounds like you're saying. He sounds like a real fucking announcer. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
love
he could call an actual
And I-
wrestling match, and I would
I
it'd
feel
be
like
better than
he
probably
helps-
like
Yeah,
I feel like he helped pull you into that match. He's like, "Oh my god, did you just see
Yeah.
that?" And I'm like, "No, what? No."
and I am so impressed with both David and Dennis's ability to remember everyone's crazy moveset names that we made up ourselves, right? Because like no one actually just does a Hurricane Rana, right? It's like the Claire Bear Stare or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he has
Yeah.
to remember
Yeah.
that for like
Well, he
100
asked for it.
characters.
And I
He
know
did ask
that
for
to
it.
the beginning, like when I would do guest commentary, like he would give me a little cheat sheet before the guest commentary started. And it would be like,
Oh.
hey, here's what's going on with the match. And here are the signature moves. And here is another great character.
Oh my goodness, one of my favorites.
Michael Trainor's so good at this.
Hi, thanks for opening. I'm just
And there it is.
Surprise! Potential
Oh, boy.
implosion.
Oh, so this was the top rope elimination match.
Stranger to the bottom two taking on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah,
Oh.
we didn't see this coming.
Um.
We stopped
So-
commentating on the actual thing. That's fine.
Even more thick than.
So I'm curious, Ben and Grace. I want to know your top 3 QAW moments and your top 3 favorite QAW characters.
Hops separate from the barley. It's really
Ben, you go first.
All right. The characters. I think characters is pretty easy because I've already like established that Unkillable Man and Uterus are like 1A and 1B, and then probably it's got to be Deton, right? It has to be.
Oh my
Deton's pretty great.
Yeah.
I look
Yep.
like
I have to agree with those. Except I actually think I like Swole Brittles
a pile of
more
marbles.
than Uterus. She always cracks me up.
I really do.
Grace, you have some sort of echo happening with you right now.
Oh no!
I
we all
noticed
have
that
that.
too.
I certainly
Can
did.
I take off my headphones?
Yay!
Hey, it's actual TV and D Heller.
I did it.
Yay! You're here. And yes, David, we're talking about how good genius you are.
In Hawaii.
So we
Yeah,
just wrapped
I was-
up that week's top rope elimination.
Oh,
We're
what
doing
happened?
the elimination match. This is the elimination
What?
match.
Oh,
we
okay.
did the actual top rope segment.
Which challenge was it?
The
The
blood.
this is
blood
one where
and
Claire Bear
sweat.
put her blood in a
This is for Tom.
In a
Little
moonshine.
Claire Tears or something like that.
Mhm,
so your own blood, sweat, and or tears.
Yeah.
New Jersey,
Right, right.
This is the entirety.
That was a
I was
lot.
D, I was just asking Ben and Grace what their top 3 favorite QAW moments were, and then their favorite 3 QAW characters.
Oh.
So Ben
Okay.
just started telling us about his favorite characters.
Hold on. I'm busy putting in my very important display name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very important.
I thought it was already there.
Yeah, but I'm improving it.
He realized how many other characters he has. Grace is the only person who's only maintaining one character.
Good
Yeah.
for you,
Right?
Grace.
She found something that worked and was like, you know what? I'm good.
Wait, Grace, when did Claire Bear debut, more or less?
September, I think we decided.
Good for
Because I
you.
started working at Claire's like a week
time I got
before
shooting out the
September,
booth.
end of August.
I couldn't
And
tell how
Emla
the-
used to visit me right at the beginning and be like, "We need wrestlers for the show. We need women wrestlers." And I was like, "I don't know." But then I had the idea for Claire Bear, and then I also had the idea to film at Claire, so I could just do it during my job.
Yeah, I just sent
It's incredible. Also, fun fact, until now, I'd assumed I'd thought you worked at Claire for quite a while before then. Claire.
Nope. Right? I
Nope.
just do such a great job acting.
Yeah,
I mean, it
you
just-
brought it out. You seemed genuinely hurt to be moved to icing.
Oh no, actually, I was genuinely hurt to move to icing. I
had-
hated it, and that's why I eventually quit the job.
I legitimately thought this was like some sort of weird bit, like because then you did the stuff where there's no color behind you, and
last week.
That was
But no,
icing.
yeah, that's sort of
It all
just
works.
that's
That
just a
really
real
was
thing.
icing. That's really
I
good.
know.
There was no color.
Right.
I didn't know.
There's a
was
stark
terrible.
aesthetic difference between Claire's.
This is
Oh,
Yeah.
it made me very sad. And I told my manager when they moved me to icing, I was like, listen, if I stay here, I am going to get depressed. I'm going to call out, and then I'm going to quit. I'm just letting you know if you keep me here too long. And then that's exactly what happened.
Oh,
Because it-
that's not exactly what happened, Grace. But I do feel like the story of what exactly happened is well worth telling on this stream right
We
now.
are
If you
pulling
were
back the
open to
curtain
telling
on
that
pulling back the
story,
curtain, you guys.
exactly. That's the point of this show, is pulling back the curtain. So Grace, if you're comfortable, I think that you should share with Ben and Adi and all of our viewers the exact story of how you and your partnership with Claire/icing ended.
Can I just add, if you're not comfortable with it, still tell it, because
Okay.
now we've left you with no choice.
To retain her spot.
Okay.
in top rope.
So basically, I was working at
frankly, I
Claire's.
mean,
I was doing a great job
I
because
how
I'm great at
steamy
selling
that night
sparkles
was.
and
I might be in
unicorns to
love.
little girls. It was awesome. There's rainbows all around me. I loved it. They're like, "You're doing such a good job. We want to give you your own Claire's, but before we can do that, we're gonna put you in this icing." Just for like a little bit, we just need you to help them like pick up, like get their sales up and all this stuff. And I was like, okay. And then they never took me off the schedule there. And I kept trying to hit them up being like, hey, what's going on? Because I fucking hate it here. I hated it. It was gross. It was like, it's like a Spencer's for women. They have like bachelorette stuff and whatever. And the first day I worked there, I was selling fuzzy handcuffs and like slutty Santa pieces to men, and I was like, where are my rainbows and my unicorns? I was like, I don't like this place. But
Yeah,
eventually
the
I was
icing bear would have been a very different character.
Yeah, holy shit.
So like
I think that
like,
was Sex Trap. I think that was
I was doing my best to just be like, just be here. They're gonna give you your own Claire's, like literally. So they kept being like, and then one of my coworkers got fired for doing drugs in the bathroom. Very intense.
So the Scrunchy saga was like carved from real life.
Yes. It really was literally
as all great fiction is.
Yes.
So then it was just me and my manager working all of the time, and then they started extending the hours because like they started letting up on like restrictions with masks and stuff like that. So then the mall hours started staying open later, but we're only 2 people. And so then one day after like working there for like months now, I had already had this conversation with them many times, and I was just like really sick and tired of it. And I was just like, listen guys, I went back on another schedule that I was working like 6 days in a row, like multiple days by myself. And so I just messaged them and I was like, hey, I'm not going to do that anymore. So we got to fix this and we need to hire somebody. And like, I got the worst responses from my manager and my district manager. They were just like, well, take a break. And then the other one was like, well, hiring's really hard. And I was like, these are the wrong responses you say to like a disgruntled employee that is literally running your entire store. So I like almost started having a mental breakdown because I was so exhausted. And I'm like messaging my sister and I'm like, I don't know what to do. She's like, well, think about it. Because I kind of was already planning on leaving. I was starting to look for another job. She's like, my plan.
And you're at the store while you're having this conversation with your sister. Yeah. So she's at the store by herself. She's at icing by herself on a Saturday, right? Was it a Saturday?
I don't remember. Possibly.
I don't know. But anyway.
Days like all meshed together. I worked there every single day.
Yeah.
And my sister was like, okay, Grace. Because I had already had it sort of in my head that I was like, I'm just going to stay maybe till the end of this month. It was like the beginning of May. I was like, I'm just going to stay to the end of May. And if I don't find a job, and then I'm quitting at the end of May, either way. And my sister was like, well, what is the difference if you decide to do it now, or wait till the end of the month? And I was like, you're right. She's like, go on your break. She's like, think about it. Like, do you want to stay like till whenever, whatever, like what's going to be the difference? And then I took my break, and then I was like, I think I'm going to quit today. I'm going to do it today. All of a sudden I was like, why am I staying here? Why? I was like, because she was like, oh, I talked to my sister and she's like, Grace, you've been having the same conversation with them for like months now. The same exact conversation. I was like, you're right. And I was like, what am I doing? So I just made the decision, I'm not going to work here anymore. And this is the only time I've ever quit a job like this. I closed up the store. It was literally like the middle of the day.
It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's right.
I dropped the keys off at Claire's, and then I messaged my manager and my DM, and I was like, we've been having this conversation for months now. I'm not going to have this conversation anymore. I left the keys at Claire's. And that was it. And
so
it felt
this
amazing.
This bitch fucking decides, you know what? I quit. Closes the registers, shuts the fucking the gate in the store at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. And like walks over to Claire's to like fucking a mic drop the keys at their fucking cash
I
wrap.
was like, hey girls,
And walks
I quit.
the fuck
Here are
out.
the keys. Because I knew all the girls at
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So badass. Such a
Such
boss bitch move.
Well, I think what
So
helped,
strong.
I think what helped is I messaged a bunch of people as I was thinking this, and because I'm thinking this is kind of crazy. Like, probably I shouldn't do this. And I tell everyone, I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about quitting. I'm thinking about doing it today. And they're like, yes, do it, please do it. And I was like, yeah. They're like, please get out of there. It's terrible for you. Get out of there. And I was like, okay, yeah.
Dan's
So
right.
really
You closed that
get,
icing
like,
without even thinking about all the bachelorettes that didn't get fuzzy
Yeah.
handcuffs.
Yeah, or they're very, very thoughtful male partners.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it was a very, like, I feel like I blocked out working at icing a lot of it because it was not a good place to work. It was really not very good. And like looking back at some stuff, I'm like, wow, like they are very lucky that they had me there, because anybody else, like, would have been doing drugs in the bathroom, which
Right.
you know.
Right.
Literally everyone else would have. No, they had no idea what they had. They had someone doing high level work at a job that should not be attracting competent people.
And exactly, Grace was way too competent for that job because she was like beating sales goals and shit by herself.
Right. You
Right?
carried their stores through a pandemic.
Right.
Yes!
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
And
they
everyone's
should
like,
have
"What are you
been
doing?" I'm like, "I just
fucking
talked to
falling
you."
over themselves to accommodate simple requests like, I prefer one of your other stores, the one I actually took the job at. Let me work
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
The one where
right?
also I sell a bunch of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the one where I make you money, I would like to be there making you money. I don't. Okay.
I just really love that Grace had an actual Claire Bear moment at Claire's. You know what? I fucking quit.
The only thing
Did you? Like, did you record a quit video and
Ah!
then speed it up?
Oh, that
Everybody.
would be great. Oh, piano favorites. Turn it
All
up.
right.
Turn it up.
None of these classics would have been possible without the clink-clank sounds of the most wondrous instrument of all time, the piano. Hi, I am Hema von Rogerstein. I have been a lover of pianos my entire life, and now I want to share some of my favorites with you on a compact disc entitled Piano Favorites. With Piano Favorites, you can enjoy such marvels as these.
I love
Have
this.
you ever encountered anything so beautiful? Unless you're the creator of this piano, the answer is no. I am not sure what this song is called, but this piano is called Steinway, and he's afraid of turkey feathers. Can you imagine that? Piano.
Piano favorites.
Over here is Julia. Julia is an upright piano, but every so often she'll have a cheat day and eat ice cream for dinner. Don't do that. Wait a second, is that Tay Diggs standing in my living room? Or is it a baby grand piano that goes by the name of John John? You can tell by the fact that it is a piano. Oh, okay. Moving on. Yeah. Look at this little weirdo. And by that I mean have a good look at yourself if you think for
Why
one
does this
damn
piano
second
have
that
hay?
this is not the greatest thing you have ever seen. You should
What's
feel
hay?
free.
This piano is art.
My name is Chase, and I pray to God I come back as a slinky in my next life so I can knock down these delicious piano steps. Piano. Piano Favorites is not available in any record store, nor downloadable on any music platform because it contains no music whatsoever. Only 100 photos of my favorite pianos of all time. Plus a corrupted text file that I cannot figure out how to delete. This is Bailey, and in a perfect world, all pigs would be pianos. But as I have learned the hard way, this is sadly not so. I have made the mistake so you do not have to. You're welcome. Piano Favorites. I do not know what the royal fuck is
just a
going on
formality
with
at
over
that
here,
point.
but I want to spend my
Yeah.
entire royal fuck life finding out, if you know what I mean. And this round one is called Zany. Zany is the love child of a small town Casio keyboard and a sexually open jet engine from Hawaii. But that's interesting to you than change your name to but the only play themselves in the film. That part is non-negotiable. Piano Favorites. And this is Jeff. Jeff is a lot, and yet never enough. Yeah. A lot of people ask me, Hammer, stop having sex with these pianos. And I always say, that is not a question. But also, you know what, my love for pianos is pure, and I would never tarnish that with the sex. Also,
The sex.
nothing works down there. The doctors say it is because my microwave is missing its door. But who knows? Science is not real. So what are you waiting for? Call now and I will answer the phone and we will talk for a bit. And when we both sense the conversation is running a little stale, one of us will sort of initiate and knock a goodbye, and then we will goodbye and hang up. Okay, Piano Favorites. Call 1-800 Piano Favorites.
Okay.
Cash and pianos accepted. Offer available until the CD is claimed. That's right. There's just one copy.
It's just one copy. I'm fucking
There it is.
crying.
Oh.
Oh, I'm
Favorites.
crying.
All right, so I'm officially.
Oh.
I'll start my favorite QAW moments.
Ready.
Oh,
And I-
okay.
Are they all piano favorites?
No, only one of them is. Only one of them is.
Okay.
And I'm gonna guesstimate it at like either the third or fourth time that I watched Piano Favorites.
Uh-huh.
Because there was one time watching it where the funniness of it completely debilitated me, and I was in tears.
Hello, QAW.
And that was when I knew that it was my favorite bit of comedy I've ever heard from Michael Trainer.
Very funny.
And behind the curtain, Deton / Piano Favorites Michael Trainer is a friend of mine going back 11 years now.
Oh, really?
And the only thing we ever did in the show together is his guest spot on. Two things. I mean, I got him. He did the Hanukkah special that I was in, but we didn't do anything together. And then he came on Top Rope once.
Oh, God. Good stuff. Very
Yeah.
funny. Also, here's a favorite character that Ben had mentioned earlier: the Unkillable Man.
Also
I
for
love
me.
some Unkillable Man.
Also
I
for
love
me.
some Unkillable Man. Yeah. I loved. So I don't know if everyone saw it, but last week we had. What was it? The Unkillable Man's tips for living a long life.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The simplicity, it's like so simple and so
There's the
brilliant.
deep lore, and then there's the shallow lore of the Unkillable Man, who will remind you that there are 2 conditions upon which he will die.
Yeah.
It's so brilliant. It's so brilliant. It's like, I think it's also one of those things because it's like you semi know what you're going to expect, and it's still funny. It's like you're looking forward to exactly what he's going to be saying, and it just gets funnier every time.
Yeah.
I would probably throw my computer out the window if he did a promo where he did not explain his origin.
Also, one thing behind the scenes that I love about Unkillable Man is he notoriously will get his promos done like within an hour or two of finding out that he needs to make it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
They're just in the inbox.
Yeah.
I just feel like John's delivery. John's delivery is always so crisp and deliberate, even though he's probably making it up on the spot. It's so good.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think there's also something to be said for, and John has also like taught my favorite character development workshops in improv ever. Like he just understands you have to have one clear thing and commit to it as hard as possible. And then you know your entire story because of it.
Yep.
And this is like the perfect example. And that's why he doesn't need any time to think about his promos, because he knows exactly who he is. And
We've
he's
got
just him. That's it.
3 episodes of Pandemic left, and I know that his stated goal for the Unkillable Man is to be challenged on an episode of Pandemic and have the promo for the challenge done by the end of that pandemic.
Oh my God. That's great. I would love if he could get it done and then fucking mail it, like email it to David, and then David gets it downloaded so that he can play it at the end of the episode.
Oh
That'd
my
be
God.
great.
That's amazing.
Can we have a real quick rundown of which favorite characters have already been shouted out? So I don't.
We barely started.
One, yeah. So
okay.
like we just did mine.
Oh, okay.
And wait, Ben, what did you say? You said Unkillable Man, Deton, and Uterus?
And Uterus, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you picked all the fan favorites.
Yeah, well, that's why they're the fan favorites, because I'm a fan and they're favorites.
Wait, we've always been going by you as the fan base?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Just
We
me
are
and
the
T.
fan base.
Ruxpin.
Yes.
Not only are we the creators, we're also the fans.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Mostly us. Mostly just
Wait,
us.
have you been making this for a broad audience?
Yeah. I know. Sometimes I'm like, I work so hard and put so many fucking hours for literally like 40 people to see this thing, and it lasts 3 minutes. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Every time, here's a trick, Jessica. Every time I make something, I just go, "What is making me laugh?" Because that's the only reason I'm gonna do it. Because I'm dying making this, laughing so hard.
Can I
have fun?
Can I talk about Top Rope for a little bit?
Yeah, you need to talk about Top Rope. We've skipped it, but we're here. And
Well, just the anecdote about putting tons and tons of hours into something for almost nobody really made me think about Top Rope. So in February, I had a baby. My wife had the baby, but we welcomed the baby into our family together, and started caring for her full time together. So that's what I meant. So in the run up to that season, so that the prior season ended with Love is a Battlefield, the Valentine's Day show, and that was when the
Bachelorette,
Bachelorette
right.
finale happened. And somewhere maybe a couple weeks before, I had been kind of thinking in my head, like, someone's gonna do the next QAW reality show. And then I just started like running different reality competition shows in my head and how they could work on QAW. And then I messaged with Ashley about it a little bit, and she was like, yeah, if you actually do it, I've got a lot of tips for you, things I learned to make it a little easier. And I didn't read enough of the exhaustion and desperation into her message there. But I knew that this baby was coming. This was so that finale was 4 days before Naomi was born. And so I knew it was coming. I had this idea for Top Rope at that point that I was like in love with. I had a structure for it that made sense. And I was like, I will not be able to do the heavy lifting on this. So I was like, John Serpico loves food, and he's like super organized and gets things done. Like, he'll be able to do this. And I messaged him with the idea, and he got really excited about it really quickly. And I was like, you know, I'm going to be up late at night with this baby. Like, I'll be able to chip in, you know, on the editing sometime. But like, if you want to run with this, great. And I'll help out where I can. And he was like, great. You'll be my consultant because you know reality TV. Perfect. Then we started doing the show. And then I started doing everything immediately. And I don't really know how, except he was offering in the first week, and I was like, I think I can do this easily. And it just, the editing and what I wanted to do with it kept getting a little more involved every single week. And so like one night a week turns into 2 nights of editing a week, turned into 3 nights, turned into me turning it in later and later and later for David. And it was like all these crazy things, like how much memory these, 12-minute video things that feature themselves, like 15 different submitted videos. So I had to, I had all these issues with, I made the episode and then I couldn't export it on my computer. So last minute, I need to freaking start a Dropbox account so I can save this file and get it to David. And I think the worst turnaround time I had was probably this episode or the one right after it, which I think was when my hard drive just died on me. And it not died, but I couldn't store anything, and everything was taking it was estimating 10 hours for the export and blah, blah, blah. And so it was either this one or the finale one. I got to him, I think 2 hours before airtime.
I think it was the finale, because I was also running ridiculously late on something.
Okay.
And I try and hit deadlines because I just try to make David's life that little scotch easier. But I was blowing it. Everything that I was trying for whatever promo I was doing was not working. And I was just I sent him an email, look, I'm really sorry. And his response was, well, he doesn't have Top Rope yet, so there might not be a show.
Oh my
it's
God.
Okay, we'd only building up for 10 episodes.
Yeah, right? Oh my God.
The
Yeah.
surprise
2
finale
hours
is
before
there is no finale.
airtime.
I got it to him fucking 2 hours before airtime. It was
That's
actually,
crazy.
that one had been done before, and it was that Thursday, or if it was the finale, it was a Saturday, had just become this saga of trying to get the file into a form that I could get it to him.
That's awful.
Yeah,
Well, it's the show within the show
so
in all of the
stressful.
worst ways, because it's the show within the show in that you're still also having to wrangle people's videos from them
Yep.
and get their
Mhm.
stuff on time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. It was, I mean, I was so happy with it as a project and so satisfied by it. And I learned a ton. This is not Scared Circle. This is the one before the Barbacoa, I think.
Yeah.
This is- yeah.
Dan asked in the chat.
Oh, yeah. No, this is not Scared Circle. Scared Circle was unavailable on YouTube. I think there was a copyright infringement somewhere in there on somebody's promo.
Yes.
So
on a musical parody.
I will once again mention that the very scientific route that I took to pick this episode was the first one I could find that was under 3 hours and had all 4 of us in it somewhere.
I mean that works.
Yeah. I've been guilty of violating the copyright in the past, but not for Scared Circle. I remember my promo for Scared Circle. It wasn't me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was not in the first Scared Circle.
Can we?
Oh.
Yeah, it was kind of my only. It was like my own mini hiatus. It was the only one I've really taken. It was like 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh God, the poet.
That's right.
So he was the poet at this point. This is the.
Was he? Is he the
I
poet?
think
Yeah.
it had
The poet.
just happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Now we just don't have any sound on the poet. Okay.
Yep. Sorry, poet. Oh, thanks.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Thank you, overlords.
I honestly thought that was just me.
Stupid sunglasses and this Arizona iced tea. But
it's the drink of poets.
Too hard. You know, I just can't seem to capture that.
Your mango.
You know, exquisite, just that sort of douchebaggery you need to capture Jay the Prophet. What can I say that has
I forgot about Jay the Prophet.
Prophet, huh?
What is he a prophet of, by the way?
I think he just makes money. I think
Like
it's a
from
pun.
the beer or something.
That's it.
He showed up and
Jay.
he got his match and then he left.
He attacked.
Yeah.
Right here.
Good for him.
That guy gave
always-
a very
I always
great
love-
classic promo.
Yeah, he was definitely like here to make a wrestling show.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it worked
yeah.
really well because he came in at the point where the rest of us had decided this is definitely not a wrestling show.
Right. Right.
And so it's nice to have that sort of energy.
He was the straight man for the whole cast.
Seriously.
Memorial Day.
Yeah. How big is QAW's cast?
yeah.
How many people do you think there are?
I think I can find it. I think I have the roster somewhere.
I want to say it's like 60 some odd fucking people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at its height,
Hey, look who it
there's the
is.
Slamazon.
Us. You can turn the volume back up. Yeah, we'll talk about this one.
Just blow
The Slamazone.
the Slamazone.
Hi, Tour.
Thank you so much for having me.
You've done 3 turd talks, right?
We're gonna go right to the
Maybe. Yes.
I think-
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
And I swear, it's like there's a curse because the first one you were on, I forget what happened. The second one you were on, we did it, but the audio didn't record, so we had to do it again.
Yes.
And
With
then in
Beltina.
this one was supposed to have 4 people in it, and 2 people dropped out at the last minute.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sorry. I guess I'm just unlucky like that.
But this is one of those where like I really have to consider like the effort that people put into their characters because I was like, look, we could just punt the turd talk to next week, and you're like, I have put on my makeup.
Yeah. It's too late. It's too late. I'm in a
Like-
full face right now.
I will put my wig back on, and we will do this interview.
Yeah.
You just had to take a guess into what was in their minds.
So I've got some numbers on the roster size.
Ready.
I believe from the last update David did that it's something like 29 female wrestlers, women wrestlers on the active roster. Although a bunch of those are people not really making stuff right now, but they're still in the game. And then it's something in the neighborhood of about 55 male characters that are still active in the game.
Still active in the game, but not actively doing
But
stuff.
like 25 of them are Josh's characters.
No, David discontinues a bunch of them.
He's gonna have to like remake those for the
for sure
the
he is.
extended Josh Universe Battle Royal.
The Battle Royal. I'm really excited for the Josh Battle Royal. I think that's a really great end to the saga that is Josh's
Who
character.
will be the final Josh?
Right. Who is the real Josh? I love it. The last Josh standing. Last Josh standing match. I like
That's what they should call it. But it is.
Last Josh standing.
So you
King
were
of the Joshton. King of
second, of course, I would have been anyway, even if I had started from the beginning.
I got a hard time doubting you all day. Let's
So
talk
this was-
about your competition in this.
You had just come back. Oh yeah, this was before the championship match in the Hell in the Cell, right?
First of all, I want to say
Yeah, I think
happy.
so. Right. So Love is a Battlefield, I think, is when I lost Beltina.
Yeah, and this was you coming back after the experimentation with the monster belt.
Yes. Yeah.
And,
Well, that was why I lost Beltina, I think, right?
Yes, you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were at this point large again or not?
Yeah, she was back to her old self.
Yes. Yeah.
You
were large again.
Coming back for
just you'd been working out.
Yeah. The curse was over. The monster belt curse had ended at this point.
Was Beltina always like I remember doing the turd talk where Beltina just began talking because Big Mama Don's decided no, the belt wants to be with me.
And I was like,
Yeah, why don't we just ask the belt? That seems fine.
Right. Yeah, and in the first take, when the audio didn't record, I did one voice.
Yeah,
The
Beltina's
second
voice
take-
was almost very different.
It was like up and high and like silly. And then the second take, I just did something way.
The second take, Beltina became a South Park character.
And I didn't tell you guys at all. You fucking. Oh man. I remember Ben. You were like,
wrestling match to begin with, and the
oh my god.
I love being surprised on the show. Like this was like gonna be a thing that I did until somebody took it away from me, and then I just never let go of it.
Yeah, I love it. Turd Talk is one of my favorites for sure. Absolutely.
Turd Talk really it made the show a world.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that was the intention. Like, and that's what when David was like, "Hey, does somebody want to do a talk show?" I think that's what he was asking us to do. Is like do something where we can do this. And like my original conceit was I would always have like I would mix the guests in such a way as the game did not allow them to compete, so that you could get the Slamazon threatening to kill Diamond with her legs or whatever she did in that first episode.
I remember when you asked me to be on it for the first time, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's really happening!" I was so excited. I was like, "I'm gonna be on a talk show!"
And now Claire Bear is an all-time guest because
I will pick her apart skittle by skittle brittle.
Skittle by skittle brittle.
Exaggerate.
So I think everybody has heard this, but all of the photoshops came because I needed to edit things out of this.
Oh right.
And so anytime you see a Photoshop, it's because I have cut something out of the Turd Talk.
Yeah,
your
we've had-
photoshops inspired me to Photoshop, and then anytime I did something with Brecken Bear or with with Breckstream doing Brecken Bear, I always Photoshop like a mashup picture of us together.
Not in the QAW Women's Championship. However,
Did you consider any other wigs?
Garbage.
No. Like I found this one and I was like, no, that's the one. And it was a very quick. Like Turd Tahoe should have died in Dennis's car on the way back from WrestleMania. This is a character that I did purely because we were running on like 3 hours of sleep after a weekend of wrestling, and just to amuse us and keep us awake.
Lift in the future.
And when I did my first guest spot, I was like, I can't go as the greatest wrestler because the greatest wrestler. My conceit for the greatest wrestler is this guy is so boring, it's funny, and that never works out. Like I've tried that so many times in so many places, and so boring it's funny is not something that I can do well. So like, well, let's not do him. I'll do Turd Tahoe, and then that'll make Dennis giggle. And then that went so well that this is what I talked myself into doing.
It's a great character, though. Yeah.
Oh, you did, but it is okay.
Can you have you explained to many of us why you decided to make the switch from greatest to El Mejor?
This time she appeared on Turd.
So, like it kind of came organically. I was doing the thing with Deadly Fred where we were sick and we could only wrestle each other.
You see her.
Right, right. I forgot about that.
And David needed me to come in and be like a sixth man in a six-man match. And I was like, well, I'm doing the storyline, but can you just put a luchador mask on my head and then change nothing else? And then, like, by the time Turd Talk started gaining traction, I was like, well, what if I just keep wearing this stupid mask and just do El Mejor Luchador so that Turd Tahoe can have my face?
Oh, one of you's going to be a champion and the other one's going to be a cult leader. I can see it all.
And yes, that was the whole thing.
Nice.
I have flirted so many times. I am not going to do it, but I have flirted so many times with revealing that El Mejor Luchador has been Turd Tahoe the whole time.
Still.
Oh my god.
That would be so unsatisfying. It makes so little sense.
So?
Yeah, at
Have you
this
seen
point,
the show,
Turd's
then?
lore is so deep.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so Turd Tahoe is gonna fight though, right?
Turd Tahoe is having one last match with Playboy Prometheus
Right.
at the pay-per-view.
Yes.
I'm so
Jones and a
He's
slam
so
pain
good.
specialist. Him and Kendra Dawsey made their debut
That's-
about a
Oh,
month
talking
ago in
about
a losing
favorite
effort to the
moments.
generation, but they're back and they're
Playboy
fighting for
Prometheus,
that
wrestling,
cause,
both.
as is DHC.
Yes.
He lost all his
Live
worldly
action
possessions to
wrestle.
Jada Profit, but not
it
his.
was so
Certainly
fully realized.
Yes.
That was amazing.
It was a movie. That was a movie.
Oh, it's an old building. The Boston
And
Dome was
I
built
love that he
in 1865.
put it together and got it to them in time for them to do the commentary over it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of noise.
Matt, can you turn down the
Rusev
video?
Day tradition.
Because we're losing Grace.
It is. Happy Rusev Day to everybody in the
Matt might be taking the dog out.
Oh, this is
Very loud.
this is
for Rusev Day this year.
Yeah.
this is the match where El Mejor Luchador attacks the clown.
I normally
Oh, nice.
In this.
Well,
Oh wow.
Here she comes.
Okay, is this better? Is this
Oh, yeah,
better?
definitely.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the Left Night,
Somebody remember,
please.
the Left
Yeah.
Night QAW
somebody remember
crossover.
Rusev Day.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think
Huge box.
God,
I'm
I
so
don't know if number
excited.
one
I'm
or
so
number
excited.
two my
This is so
favorite
unlikely.
moment, but
But
yeah,
again,
Playboy
a giant-
Prometheus doing the
this
live
is
action
highly
fight in
irregular.
his
A
like
giant box
grandmother's
just
living room
delivered to
with
the
a
commentary
loaf of
booth
bread
next
as
to the
loaf
clown.
was
Wow.
so
This is
funny.
Do you
It's
do you
definitely
guys
a
mind if I
greatest
open
moment.
this?
I think my number one favorite moment, I think
300
the
pounds.
time that I laughed the hardest was when
Amazing.
Baby
I'm gonna
Powers'
open it
foot
from
got
the
stuck.
side. I'm gonna cut,
And
like,
it's like
I'm gonna
the
cut
vent.
the door into the side.
That was
Was my
so funny. I
That
was
was
dying. And
amazing.
then
Yeah.
into the top
I
of
think
this
number
box.
two is
So,
definitely
Yeah, you do that, but
is definitely
coming out to
Playboy
the ring,
Prometheus
it's
versus Loaf live
DHC,
action.
Dr.
So
Parker.
funny.
Just
Oh
looks
my
good
Oh my
to see it
goodness.
back.
I think
With
the
the-
hardest that I have laughed at the show was
Of course, if you want to
the role play date with AC Volts and Zip Zimmer.
Doctor's office neckwear.
Mm.
Oh,
Mhm.
That was
Yes.
that was
That was
my-
great.
I think
okay,
my
so that just reminded me that my third favorite moment was not Zip Zimmer, but was Zio and finding out like Zio's parents or his actual parents, and that was fucking funny.
which is fantastic because mine that I was going to add now is
Chaos.
Deton's family visit during Bachelorette.
Get
It was
what we're
a-
learning is Bachelorette was
Zach Jones
that was one that like it kept getting better and we kept
Yeah.
getting the right people as it went
They're in
along.
the muddy corner of
It
the.
was so good. It
It
was
does
so, so
yeah.
good.
keep getting better. It's better
Catch
and
me
better
over
every
here,
week.
you freak.
That was
So good.
great.
Makes me
That
want to go
was
back and
great.
watch that shit. God, that's so
Yeah.
funny.
So
And we
good.
throw this toddler at
Um,
you.
They did such a good job with
They're still wearing their headphones.
the clips episode of Bachelorette that they also did, like a look back on the season, but like it's actually kind of just about like
Thank you, geek.
Hey, lady, this won't hurt
Juice
you.
Box
Think
and
about you, freak.
Ashley
I can't believe you threw it.
Yes.
like
Oh
snipping
my
at each
God,
other.
That was so sweet.
Oh,
I was
God.
about to say, I was like,
No
their
one's ever done an
chemistry
adult in me.
together was
Don't
like
you dare throw
so
it at me.
genuine and awesome.
Yes.
It was so great. Also, that episode when she goes on the date with James Maloney and they're just like shoveling snow. That was
hysterical. That was hysterical.
If you wear your own primary colored shirt,
So,
be sure to check
what
out
you were saying about
the
the
Please be covered in blood.
Lauren Powers the baby Powers broken leg
How did you punch me in the eye?
reminded me about one of the first moments where I
God doesn't know the location
like
of his
fell in love with the show. This is super early, so this actually might have been even before you, Jess, were joined.
Try to catch me.
But it was I think it was a cage match, maybe in like episode 3 or 4, between I believe Road Rage Mike Carr and the Talent. The Talent is, I think, a character
God,
who
that
never
cage
made
match was interminable.
It was a cage match that legitimately went on for like 25 minutes.
Make sure to get
The characters couldn't climb. The characters were unable to climb, and they kept jumping up and grabbing each other by the butt. And that was what the animation looked like. And they were in this cage, and it's a cage match, so like nothing could really happen. There were so many moves you couldn't do, and it was just like this like anti-comedy thing where they were just stuck, and it just kept getting funnier and funnier. And this was like early in the days of commentary where like David and Dennis were genuinely surprised about everything happening and losing their minds at the show. And that was like a light bulb moment for me about like just how great the show can be.
Yeah. Dan says he's learning he needs to be funnier. Sorry, Dan, that you did not make it to any of our top 3 moments. But listen, neither did I. So relax.
I haven't actually listed my moments.
Yeah.
You go.
I did love when Dan had his new look, his new reveal. Education was like cool with his sunglasses and his jacket, and then just wore pants instead of shorts. That made me really happy. I
also,
that.
I think one of my favorite, like in the actual game that characters do is detention. Detention is that's one of my favorites.
On a very selfish and personal level, I really loved Education the Ghost's catchphrase, "I'm a ghost."
A dragon.
I was in the corner.
I forgot about that. That was so long ago, it feels like.
Yeah, he stopped being a ghost.
Right. I still okay. So wait, Adi, real quick before you do your top 3 moments, how did Education become human again?
You're already dead.
Literally,
in the
episode. Just one episode. He's like, "Oh yeah, now I'm not a ghost anymore." I swear to God.
The monster belt the monster belt made him human. Is that right?
Right. Is that what it was? Dan, tell
Dan
us.
is in the chat.
Dan is in the chat now.
I swear to God, one episode is just like, and I'm just human again. I'm not a ghost. Not anymore. I swear there was no explanation.
That's the thing about QAW. You miss one episode, and whew, everything goes over your head for the next like 3 weeks. Okay, it was the monster belt. It was the monster belt.
Adi, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna add my favorite Eddie thing was the moment that they first came out as the SATs, and with that new entrance with Eddie with a trombone, with Lauren Chapman throwing cereal or cookies or whatever. Yeah, the whole New Day entrance was and just loaf like. And that was still when Mike Mann was terrified of loaf, and so it was like the most unholy thing Mike had ever witnessed. Oh, it was so good.
That was great. Yeah.
And again, it's one of those things where like the New Day's entrance had been sitting in this game the whole time.
Oh my God! Right?
That David had not gone ahead and blown that.
Right?
That was
the same
so
thing
perfect.
with the millions of dollars entrance for the Unkillable Man in Gortham. That he had not already used that on a team.
Right.
So
and then it was just sitting there for that perfect moment.
It was like meant to be. It was meant to be.
Crush.
Nobody else could do it.
And like you can imagine him like just kind of looking through stuff and coming on that and just like cackling to himself and going, "Yes, that's the one."
Like had you asked me a week, 2 weeks, a month before they came out with that New Day entrance, which QAW character is the only one who plays trombone. I would have said education.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Right? I already called him a ska kid with like his shorts, like his cargo shorts. He did something in the ring, and I was like, he's skanking. He was wearing knee pads and stuff.
Yeah,
I love it.
And then
Well,
he came out with the trombone, and I was like, this confirms it. It
He plays the
confirms
music,
it.
and then Sydney Bean Salad comes out in her ska fedora and dances.
Right.
Yes.
Can we just appreciate real quick about how this commercial has been shot at MIT?
Yep.
Definitely
I
in
was
one
like-
of the classrooms at MIT.
I think I know which classroom also,
Yeah.
based on that projector's position in relative to the chalkboard.
Well, we've all been there because we all love lightsabers so much.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. It's that room.
I've
Back
moved
left
those
on the
desks
second
around on
floor.
more than one occasion. Yeah. Something
That's
like
back
that.
left
yeah.
on the second floor for
And
sure.
you can tell because of the door location. Yeah.
Or is it front right on the second floor? Could be either.
I don't know.
But the moment I saw the chalk in the box, I was like, I know that chalk.
Stuck in the box.
What's this?
What is this one? I don't remember this one.
This has got to be a David
Oh
Thomas.
yeah.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is a
Yeah. Classic.
So
He just-
bad. So dumb.
He's never going to get love back from Wendy's the way that he gives love to Wendy's.
Right? Seriously.
David was my favorite person doing sound/tech at comedy sports shows when I was in training to join the main team, and his bit was to choose one sound and play it over and over and
You're
over
gonna try
and over and over
and
again for a
find-
whole show.
Uh,
The boang sound.
Long.
She stole me voice. How do she? That's what I get for trusting.
Oh, we got a musical one.
Oh, there we go.
Pain, motherfucking D-Pain, trying to go back to the top. Choo choo. Get smart, tough, who's smart, pick three, choose. Make your knickers drop. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
She did this in the same week as doing a top rope.
I know.
Yeah, just too much. Yeah.
That was fucking me. These beats are almost as sick as I am of not achieving what I deserve, and that's victory. Was a fluke.
So this is what I have as the contact photo for David
Oh, I
on my
can't
phone.
see it. Pull it up. Pull it up.
Pick it up,
Higher,
bring it up,
higher,
bring it up, bring it up,
higher.
bring it up.
Now it's dark. It's dark now. We
Oh,
can't
it's
see
dark. It
anything.
went dark.
You've ruined it.
I'll get the
I can't see shit.
What does it
That's
say?
what that
Oh,
was.
it just
It just says "Wall" for 10 hours.
No, I'm not.
I found a YouTube video that is the "Bwong" sound for 10 hours.
Long.
That's
Wait.
great.
I don't know what you mean. Do the blong sound. What is it?
Tonight we're gonna.
It's a Looney Tunes sound.
So
It's a
everyone
Okay.
who
Yeah.
actually
And so he would
Yeah.
he would hit music drops and he would just conclude them with that.
it's
"Bwong."
just me, man.
All right.
Oh
Why
no,
not?
piss off. I hate everyone except for Cash and Bash.
Cash and Bash.
Fuck your mom.
Cash
She
and
hates
Bash.
everyone but
Fuck
Cash
your
and Bash, but
mom.
she's betrayed Cash. Like this is,
Mad at you
this is
about
real.
last week, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Well,
But it
So
worked
yeah,
out
just
for
all
her.
her
spiraling.
friends
Yeah.
rise to the top. I'm telling you, the belt, it costs
great.
you something, man.
In her
It
own
does.
double tap. She's made up with Boldard Bash
It
and
does.
backstage.
Great.
Iron Brew reunited.
Happened to
It
Sydney.
always blows my
Turned
mind.
Sydney into a diva.
Certainly, I mean, we've seen how
That shit
It
was
always
top
blows
three.
my
Dogma
mind
Harvest
when
and
people
Illuminati
come up with
going to
musical
put their
parodies
name
and
down,
write
losing
it
the
and do
open
it
for
and
the
perform it because
champions
I'm like,
top rope. It's the only
I
thing.
am like
perhaps
struggling just to make a
the
2-minute promo. How do you write and like record? I also do everything on my phone, so I don't have all the technology, but
Yeah.
I tried to do it before and I was like, I'm not doing a whole song. I'm doing like maybe a verse and that's it. Or like just the chorus.
It took me 10 hours just to edit the Belt Is Mine with me and Gwen and Jess Cashin.
Oh yeah, that's 'cause that's
Yeah.
so much video that you've got to like boop 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 boop.
Yeah. And that's
And-
not even including like the time it took to record it and write it. So,
And
holy
you're
shit.
you're syncing audio and video in those.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Audio.
hard.
Oh my God, that was
Mhm.
crazy. I think I posted a video to the locker room It
Yeah.
was like I had so many fucking lines of like audio and video. It was
Yeah.
stupid. I didn't even know Hit Film could do that.
Yeah.
That is definitely the limit to which I've pushed my free video editing software.
I did one and then swore I would never do one again, and then kept finding places where I couldn't not do one.
Yeah, didn't you do Hit Me Baby one more time?
No, that was
If I take this packaging out.
that was you.
No, you did one. What did you do?
I did I Touched Myself by the Dividers.
Oh my
Then I wrestled Wayne King. Because again, it was just one of those things where like how do you not do that when if you're wrestling Wayne King?
So good.
Yeah.
Didn't you do a musical number during the Trash Wife saga?
You've done a lot. You've done a lot of good ones.
Fauci did an original song.
Yes, so good.
Chris did that one. I don't know that I did a musical number for that.
You did an REM one.
Yeah, you did I think you did it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Did you do a couple REMs?
Well, yeah.
Was that Everybody Hurts?
Yeah, that was Everybody Hurts. That was David saying, "Hey, I'm gonna have Michael Stipe bring Bob and Fred to the ring. Do you want to do a promo?" And I was like, "Well, yes." I was gonna take that week off.
Oh, Education is saying, "Did 2MB crash?"
Oh no.
Oh no, why? I can see it.
Do we have any other view? It's working on
Oh,
you.
it says the broadcast you were watching has ended.
Oh
No, it's going. It's still going.
Okay.
Just refresh it, Dan. Oh, he can't hear me.
Yeah,
Tell him to refresh it.
I'll message him.
That's psychological.
Ed crushing Ace Crusher. And
We're gonna get you, Dan. We're gonna rescue you.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
it's
For all we know,
yeah,
Jordan
we're
is still
it's
drunk.
pretty good.
Maybe looking
We're not too far behind.
Yeah, even
Okay.
like I did the Cranberries one, and that one
Oh,
was
that's the one in your head.
that was really just we were trying.
Zombie. Oh
to
my god.
figure
that
out
was-
what the stakes for the match were going to be, and he was like, "Well, I can put
Right.
Bob and Fred on the line." And at that point, I had the dragon. I'm like, "Do I need more NPCs?" And Zombie came on the radio, and I started hearing Bob and Fred, Bob and Fred.
That's right. That was so brilliant. That was
And
so
so that was
brilliant.
like I got home and I texted Dan. I was like, "Put Bob and Fred on the line. I've got the promo."
How hard is it for you to run?
Bob and Fred. Oh my
Did you also do?
God.
You did a Mountain Goats one, right?
That was the first one I did. Yeah. For the Playboy Prometheus, I did No Children.
God. I love that. I'm like, did you do a musical number? You're like, yeah, I did this. And then we're like, wait, but this one, I'm like, yeah, I did that. And then also this one.
Yeah.
I did that too. Yeah, okay.
That was going to be the one. That was going to be
Seven.
They were
the only
all
one.
hysterical.
Because I did it and it was a lot of work. And like my lasting take away from that was I did a song. I did a parody of a Mountain Goat song, and the first verse is literally me fantasizing about my opponent burning to death, and it's not as dark as the original song.
Man. So the only one that I'm pretty sure the only one All Access Yul Yuxis has done was the Crank That Soldier Boy You
Yes,
promo,
and that one was great.
which was delightful and was Brian's passion project. And then we so
And I feel like that's
I had
one of those where like you hear the chorus somewhere and like you just go, I can't not do this.
Yeah. And it was
That's
like,
so,
drop that. It was drop that you. Drop that you.
Yeah. Oh my God, because the use drops. That's
It
so
was
funny.
so good. And then so I had the horrible idea, great idea of doing one with Sydney. And it is written. And had I thought of it 6 months ago when she did what I said all the time, we could have done it. But we are now at a point where I can get about 2 minutes of participation from her.
How old is Sid?
Sydney turns 3 in
Okay.
December. Yeah, and she's doing great. She's I think a lot easier than a lot of her classmates, but she's still so difficult.
Right, of course. She's a toddler.
She's a toddler. She just wants to assert independence regardless of any other factors. But it was so it's never going to happen. So I'll say what it is. It was going to be a duet between her and Ginger Snapped doing "You're Welcome" from Moana.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, we
Oh,
wrote
wow.
it. We wrote it. We started recording. We got about 3 lines of it, and that took 2 days.
You could get her singing that, though. Yeah, could have gotten her singing that.
Well, the idea was that most of it was going to be Ginger with some key Sydney lines, and even that I couldn't get.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's too bad. As you say, Ben, you hear the song and then you're like, oh, I gotta do it. I recently had a moment like that for Illuminati. I've been wanting her to do some sort of parody of some kind, some sort of musical number. She's never done one. So there is one coming soon.
I think
I can't wait.
Yeah, I think I told you, Grace. Don't say it. Don't say it, because I want it to be a surprise.
I don't want to be spoiled. I do commentary too much as it is.
Right.
Not too much.
So
That makes it sound bad. I love doing commentary, but like the worst part about doing commentary is like watching it the night of and knowing what's coming.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
That was worth interrupting.
Okay, so we've done favorite characters, favorite moments. How about favorite commercials? What are some? Grace, how about you tell us your favorite commercials?
Piano favorites, obviously. I literally recorded it. So I lost my goddamn mind when I saw that one because my mom was a piano teacher. We literally grew. My mom was the piano favorites guy collecting pianos. Okay, we literally had like 5-6 pianos in our house. Okay.
Wait, did you just say you literally grew pianos? Because that's not.
No, we had she collected pianos. She
okay.
Was like, I got this one, and I got this one. We had like a piano. We had a mini organ. Like we had keyboards. She had this one grand piano. And like, so when I saw this, it was like another layer of hysterics for me because I was like, this was my house growing up. Like, this is my mom right here. And she'd be like, and then there's this piano and there's this piano. And she would do that. She'd like explain like, and this one, she didn't name them, but like the whole, so like it was on another level for me. That is my all-time favorite. I recorded it. I still need to send it to my mom. I'm trying to find, I think somebody said it was like on Vimeo or something. So I need to find a good recording of it.
Well, just ask
Vimeo?
Michael Trainer. He'll fucking send it to you.
Yeah, he'll just send it to you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I could watch that one.
Yeah.
Even rewatching it again.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that was probably the 1000th time we'd seen it, and I could hear all 4 of us still laughing at it.
Yes,
so good. So
it
good.
ruins me. It's so good.
It's so funny. And like, also because I'm like laughing so hard when I watch it that I'll miss lines that I then hear later, and I'm like, oh yeah.
It's so good.
I will add on the Onweets.
Onweets is great.
A good one. Yep. Yeah, Dan Chap. Yep. Onweets. Very good.
I'm trying to
I think Britt Mitchell's Water Country one fucking kills me.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. Her brand of comedy kills me every fucking time.
I just give me Crazy Jerry. Give me Crazy Jerry's Zoo background Emporium.
Oh my
Crazy
God,
Jerry,
yes,
the original.
Crazy Jerry.
Yes, I forgot
The
about
original
that.
Crazy Jerry. Also, like, in addition to it being hilarious, like, was so of the moment of early pandemic. Like everyone, it was just like, this is the only way I can make a promo that I know of, so I'm gonna do it.
It was like Brit does Rick and Morty intergalactic TV. That's what
yes.
it looked like.
Yeah,
that was very much the vibe. Yeah, and
I
Dan
believe
says
this
Brit's
is
granite.
only the second episode of Gentleman Doug being the new face of the Shadow Commission.
What a great pull! Like just just for him to be able to go, hey, is anybody actually doing anything with that?
No.
And then jumping on it was what if there actually is a Shadow Commission?
Yeah,
And
the
then
Trash Wife Saga Dan is absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah, favorite
That was-
Trash Wife was cathartic. I
It
felt
was.
things.
Making that happen was so much like just the text threads trying to because it really was. It was I was gonna do a thing with El Mejor Luchador. And I can't even remember what the thing was. I was like, okay, I'm going to do a match, and I want Bouncy. Bouncy's going to be like the guy that I launch into this match off of. And so I was like, hey, do you want to do a match? And he responds with, yeah. But also, I was thinking of having Trash Wife cheat on me. I was like, nope, dibs, mine. I will go from there.
So good.
And so we knew that, like, eventually they were going to wrestle for Trash Wife, and she was going to leave them both.
Fantastic. It's the only way it could have ended.
Yeah. And how we got to that was just, well, we'll challenge people to matches, and then we'll patch together. Like, we dropped little hints. Tiny little Easter egg. Like, I had the little love letters to Trash Wife in the background in all of my promos.
Oh my god. That's fantastic.
But it also,
God, you're
like,
so oily. Why are you so wet and oily? Ugh.
This one, I don't always fully oil myself up, but this one, it was important too. Yeah,
I don't
that's-
always fully
But
oil
it's the main
myself
event
up,
you have
but
to oil
when
up.
I do,
Yeah.
I use Don Piero's
Oh, yeah.
extra virgin olive oil.
Oh my god, I'm very excited about where our storyline's going in the next month.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see what everybody does for these last
Mhm.
few episodes. We've had some like just really rocking shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I
Right.
hope we can pull it out again, you know, and really go out with a bang because we've had some really fucking amazing content.
So fun anecdote about the planning of this storyline and this promo, or not this promo, because the planning of this happened like 4 weeks before, but we knew that there was something sketched out at some point about Ryan falling in with you and us teaming up with him in some way, and we didn't know exactly how it was going to go. And Brian and I had just filmed a promo, and we're like, what the fuck was the plan for that? And we were like, I don't know, let's see if Ryan's available. And so we Facebook messaged him, and he was available, so he joined our Zoom. And he had just been playing Dance Dance Revolution, wearing a black tank top, and we were oiled up in our black tank top. And so for our planning meeting, we looked like a team. It was great.
That's hilarious. I also love the idea of Ryan home alone fucking playing Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I agree.
Yeah, and it was in his basement. Like, he looked like he was part of our cult.
I love it. Hey, Ryan's in
Hey!
the chat. There he is.
Say hi to Booth Wellington in the chat,
There he
everybody.
is. Yeah.
Say hi to Booth Wellington
I love
in the
it.
chat. And
I,
maybe someone
so-
else.
I want to know, Ryan, if you can put in the chat, how did you achieve this floating head look? Are you just wearing green? Do you have like a green blanket over you, like this?
Green.
You know,
This
so
was
that
good.
He severs his head and then just
Oh,
that
God.
was his head, right?
Ryan
makes
is
sense.
like an editing wizard. I swear to
Yeah.
God. Every time.
Yeah.
Are you going to answer, Booth?
It's magic.
Yeah.
I know the answer,
He's
but
playing Dance Dance
I'm
Revolution.
gonna...
And
Yeah. He has a green man suit.
Ah!
Wear like a body morph suit, like a that's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
what's-
like a like from Always Sunny.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
What I
Not what I
just
expected.
saw was Adi saying yes, he's got a green man suit, but I saw like TV Adi cutting the promo very intense about this green man suit.
I'm doing
I
me
love
karaoke right now.
Oh my god. I love it.
Right?
It just it also like I had not put together that you was like a Q thing until I watched the Q documentary.
There you go.
Mm.
The series
I
on
haven't
HBO.
watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
no.
It makes me nervous.
If you go to the,
It's very upsetting.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, the story has gone pretty far from it. But for a long time, and when we were working, planning a lot of stuff with Brian Smith, you about it, it was literally mapping things to that cult, and it's just
Oh
like,
my
how can we make an even dumber version of this incredibly dumb thing?
I love
yeah.
it.
I remember at the beginning, and he was like making some speech, and it was so brilliant. I was dead laughing, and I hadn't even seen that. I hadn't seen that documentary, but I understood 100%.
Ugh,
Mhm.
I love it.
I'm so upset that that Ul Uxas was not the leaders of the Shadow Commission.
I know, but
Like
know,
the instant I thought that
SATs
it
is
might be
pretty
true, in my head it became true, and it had to be the thing, and then it wasn't.
It was a good solution, but
we are we.
Like it would have been a hell of a thing to have to justify, but I think you could have pulled it off.
Yeah.
It would have been the longest con. It would have been so good. It would have been so good.
Oh man, the Doctor's transformation into the Love Doctor. I think that's one of my
It was
favorites.
brilliant. Oh yeah.
Favorite things too.
That's probably like is that the best pivot in QAW? Like
Yeah,
from one
what's the
character.
best
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And the Doctor was a fantastic character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Love Doctor's a step up.
The Love Doctors, and I think it is. Like I think there was a point where Chris was like, I think I've done all I can with the Doctor as the Doctor
so
exists.
ridiculous.
Right.
It's so ridiculous.
Although I do
Doctor's
miss
great.
having a mad scientist. It was kind of fun to have like the Doctor as the mad scientist
Yeah,
character.
can you
like,
just go to him for all
taking
your
people's blood.
It just drove the generation. It was so
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god, what was the generation promo where Ryan will be able to say this? Where fucking Wellington Arms was watching porn in the background. Oh, was it the one where they were like it was like the
Wasn't
family
that on-
episode?
No, that was the Bachelorette. It was-
Yeah, it was
yeah,
the
it was the
Bachelorette.
Their family
Yeah.
visit to consult with Ashley.
Right. Yeah. Oh my
That's right. Oh my
was really
god.
good.
So fucking
Well, that
funny.
was the background. Like he just chose the background from American Psycho, right? And that's what was back
Oh
there.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think so.
Oh god. So funny.
Right, the
I also-
generation did a lot of
And I remember
hysterical
seeing
stuff.
it and being like, what the fuck? Like, are we gonna mention the fact that there's porn in the background? And then Ace Nichols, was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. You can't not mention it if it's there. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
so good. Very funny. Oh my god.
Oh
Wait,
my
do we have
goodness.
more favorite commercials? I don't think we heard from Adi. Did you say your favorite commercial?
Mine was on Wheats.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ben, what did you say?
The original Crazy Jerry.
All right. the
What's
original
yours?
Crazy
What's
Jerry.
yours?
Me? I said Water Country.
Water
Water
Country,
Country.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very, I don't know. And then the Wendy's one where she's like dipping the fries into the thing and it just goes on for so long, but it's still so funny. Rick cracks me up, man.
Good. That was so
She's so
good.
funny.
You know what? I'm gonna put on the list of great moments. Maybe not my top 3, but in my top 7 for sure. Is the destruction of the Bumberland strip mall to unleash the dragon.
I think that was a real big moment for QAW where it's like, no, we're building a world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this world has a dragon in it, and
From there, man. That's just
like when we leave the show, things happen outside of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So funny. The Bumberland strip mall. I forgot about that.
And it
And
was
it's
also
just-
like a great alignment of different characters and storylines that were not previously together.
Right. And just like a real simple, like just you try, so you put your kid in a promo and she doesn't say mall, she says dragon, and all of a sudden the entire thing that we're doing pivots on that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it was also just good storytelling. Like you know, your monkey's paw. You wish for the destruction of the Bumberland strip mall. Okay, you're gonna get it. Now deal with the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that anything's possible.
Yeah, Monster Darcy. Also, I don't think anyone's mentioned Monster
He's
Darcy.
a
yet.
great character.
That's a great character. So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both his chemistry with Payne Austin and his chemistry with Baby Powers.
Yes.
So different.
Yeah,
So
the
good.
love triangle. That was great.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Poor Monster Darcy.
Monto Dolphy.
Oh my god.
I can't do the accent.
I'm putting Baby Power. I didn't actually ever say my top 3 characters. Baby Powers is top 3 characters.
Baby Power
Yeah.
should be a top 3 character.
It's a good
I
character.
I just love the uterus so much.
I love AC Volts and Baby Powers together.
Together,
they are
yeah.
hysterical together.
Her
So
her
good.
just desperation for AC to
Yes.
care about her even a shred of how much she does.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Yeah.
that episode! So the episode when we did the tag team championship match, and it was supposed to be a whole like redemption thing for me. I like Breckstream was getting me out of whatever, and they stole the whole show with Baby Powers just on the phone, leaving a billion different messages to AC Volts, being like, "Hey, remember? We're gonna go fight. Hey, did you get trapped in the phone? What's going on?" He sounded really angry on the phone. She said, "We gotta fight. Are you coming?" That was so well done. That was amazing. I really enjoyed that.
It's
So
just
fun.
watching Lauren do character stuff is always like my favorite thing in the city of Boston. And I had not
And
been able to.
she's definitely watching, so she heard that.
She's probably not watching.
She is not watching,
No.
but she would appreciate it if she did.
Oh man, that character is good.
It's a really good character, and I believe it was proposed as a joke, and it upset David, and so she said, "I'm doing it." I think that's the origin story.
That's great.
I love it. I love it.
That's very fun.
A baby, a woman with the strength of a baby with the strength of 1,000 babies. That's the size of a woman.
But she's got the agency of a woman. We keep leaving out the agency, and I think
Yes, and she's a scientist.
Very important.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
thing. People always
scientist.
leave out the scientist part, but I
Yeah.
think that's the most important part.
Oh, I didn't know
one of
that
the,
part.
One of the great
Yeah.
dangling plot threads in QAW is that the doctor may or may not have been responsible for the accident that created Baby Powers.
Oh
Well,
my
it's definitely going to get
God.
resolved. Don't worry about
Oh
it.
my
Yeah.
god. I
This
hope
is-
that
Where's
there's
Walt?
some.
This is
This
by
is-
who was shooting at them in the canoes.
This
Yeah.
is this is not
Some, like-
lost. We had a plan. Okay.
I hope there's some obsessive fan out there creating fan fiction like this, and like
I
writing
would
the
read all
creation.
the QAW fan fiction from. If it turns out that T.
Somehow
Ruxpin
it's
abandoned
Tina.
us
I feel like
so
it's
that he
all-
could write
Rome
QAW
writing
fan
the
fiction, I will forgive him.
It's all
Fucking
erotic
T.
fan
Ruxpin.
fiction.
It's all erotic.
It's T-Rex vignettes.
It's 95% love, Doctor. I think one of my favorite shots ever was when all the characters in the generation were supposed to be sharing a bed together, but like in a pandemic, so they're all like separate, right? So it's like for some reason everyone has different sheets in their section of the bed, you know, because it's just like shot from above. You know,
That's
they're,
kind
like,
of one of the
looking.
things I loved
God, it's
about
so funny.
about doing the promos and filming with other people during a pandemic, but pretending that we're all in the same place.
Yeah.
Like I definitely did that with Breckstream all the time, and she would always like I would like film stuff during the day, and then she would film it at night, and like I would try to edit it to make it like my video look darker or something. But it was very clear that we were at two different places, two different times of day, but it just made it even funnier. I swear.
The weird, trying to do turd talk with Deton and the Punisher. We had like
the Punisher.
The Punisher. We had to because you can't do Deton live. So they sent him in, and I just had to clip these things together. And like one of the thing was, all right, guys, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pass the contracts because it was the contract signing for the original Fauci surprise.
Right.
And so I want you to I need a shot of you passing the contract in this very specific way, and neither of them did it.
Oh my god. That's
And
great.
so it's like a piece of paper slides over to Deton. The Punisher, if I'm remembering correctly, signs a whiteboard with a marker. And it's just like, no, if you're going to break the continuity, that's how you break the continuity.
Yeah, we had one of those with Ilyuxis where Brian sent me special oil that I needed and he filmed this video of him packaging, I think, like a candle instead of oil into a thing. And putting it in one size box, and then I was like, I really need a box that looks like it, and I had nothing that looked remotely like the box he had videotaped. So I just wrote on the box the exact same box that you saw in the prior clip.
Right? It's great. It just adds another level of comedy. And I think it just adds another level because everybody understands, like, we're doing this during a pandemic where we cannot physically be with each other. So we're making the best that we can. Yeah.
It is weird the number of people that I have never actually met before.
Yes.
Like just in this chat, I have shared space with a D.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Grace is literally over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ben, we have never met in
No.
IRL. Ben, where do you even live? Like,
I
what
live
part of
in Norwood. I'm out in the suburbs.
Yeah, that's my hometown, Norwood.
Right.
Your hometown is Norwood?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
I grew up, my grandparents lived in Walpole, so I was out in that neck of the woods
right
all
next
the time.
door.
Yep.
That's so nice.
Bubbling Brook. They were right on the same street as Bubbling Brook.
Ooh, love the Bubbling Brook.
Love that Bubbling Brook.
That's good.
It was walking
Yeah.
distance.
Oh, that's nice.
And in the other direction, walking distance to that pond
Blue
that's at like the agricultural school.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is good content.
Yeah.
Norfolk.
Get very geographically.
Yeah.
specific
Yeah.
about the suburbs.
We're playing to the Fisher Street in Walpole demographic.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Yes, yes.
Switching gears, another character that I have loved so much during her time is Meowrian.
Yes.
Yeah. We definitely
Yeah,
had
that's
some
what we
praise
were
on
saying.
Meowrian earlier, but yeah.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good.
I had so
That
much
character's
fun
so
playing with
good.
Meowrian. She was such a great partner too. We had so much fun collaborating together, and we were so good at like playing off of each other. It was great. It was such a good collaboration. One of us would say one thing, and we're like, "Oh, I would be like, oh, I have this thing, but I just need this finishing piece to it," and she'd be like, "I got it," and it would like just magically fit together. It was awesome.
I really do. Like I've really enjoyed having those long exchanges where it's like, what's the dumbest thing we could do? Like the whole El Mejor clown feud was predicated on me and Dana just going, what is the stupidest thing we could do at this point?
I forget.
And that
How
Go.
did the orphans of Concourse 3 meet their unsavory end?
Oh, that was in this episode. During that random match with Left Knight, that was staged so that the clown would do commentary and I would attack him, and so we were just screaming nonsense in the background.
Oh,
And one of the things was, oh my God, we fell on this kid and crushed him. And so that was it. Like we did that match first so that I could leave commentary and let them do the rest of the show. So knowing that happened, commentary started with, and now we've got a bunch of orphans over in Concourse 3. Let's welcome them.
We really need to do an in memoriam on the pay-per-view of like any characters that have fucking died.
Nope, we don't need to do that.
Because it's fine, because Concourse Zom 3 is alive and everything's fine.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah, he was necromanced and now there's no crime.
Oh, yes, of course.
Right.
That was really one of those where we kind of felt like that was when David started talking about we're gonna bring QAW to a close, because Dana and I did have like a whole like bucket of stupid bits to pull from that were the two of us evading the law and getting into the Boston Dome to have wrestling matches.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then we just had to kind of solve that quickly and move on.
Right, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I wish we got more James Maloney these days, man. That's a fun character,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
He was
great.
Mustache.
He was one of those characters that like the show wouldn't be what it is without him.
Yeah, he was like one of those straight, not a straight man, obviously, but he was like more of a parody of an actual wrestler. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He just had a great catchphrase
Yes.
And he
Yes.
fucking stuck to it.
Yes, the
And brought
catchphrase.
so much energy. You like got excited every time he was on the screen. You're like, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, the way he walks around.
Too bad.
I do really like, because he had this really great idea for the what ended up becoming the, I don't know what the title is now, but when it was originally the North American Heritage Wrestling Championship,
Right.
whereas like if you want this belt, you have to put something that's you on the, like some part of yourself on the line against it,
Yeah.
and nobody took him up on that offer. And my one idea while I was still doing The Greatest Wrestler was to have The Greatest Wrestler put up wrestling
Oh my god.
and then lose, and then have David like, so like if the game would let his moveset just be a striker. Like no wrestling moves, just
so
punches
funny.
and kicks. But I don't think the game would have supported it. So
Yeah.
So the move that just happened is my favorite move that we've ever done, and it's not actually one we added to our move set.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's happened a couple times organically, where you just like Brian knocks a person down, I climb up on the corner and just fall on them. It's just dead weight, head fall, headbutt them.
I love it.
So
Was there a name?
Yeah, all access.
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
All access.
The flat line.
The gimmicked names that are all references to reality shows that I don't watch.
Yeah.
So
Or in a bush.
yeah, so like I'm mostly like without getting too in the Survivor / Big Brother weeds. What is a weasel woo?
So the original idea for TVAD that I abandoned pretty quickly because it didn't have it's just not where the character went, was based off of the player who had won Survivor right before this show started, and his name was Tony Vlachos, and so that was TV. And so I was just like basing my character as parody of him originally. I had a very different.
So that's the accent. Like if I had watched Survivor, I would have known what the accent was.
Only if you watch my first 2 promos.
Because it disappears after that.
It changes completely. And well, because David picked this hootenanny music for our original entrance, and I just started leaning into that instead. So all of the moves were kind of built around him. So Woo is Tony Vlachos' original rival. He's a weasel. He like does turnabout is fair play, and so I had a move that I felt like was kind of a fake you're going one way, then flip them that way, and that was the weasel woo.
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
Mhm.
Is that where Woo Pass comes from?
Woo Pass was something that I was like, I was searching for a hook and a catchphrase, and I was like, I'm opening up a can of Woo Pass, and
Okay.
yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
All right.
It
Yeah.
works. Classic.
No, I love it. Like this is what I'm here for. I'm here for like this is where I pivoted my character from one thing to the other thing, because so few of us got it right away. Like Delia Payne got it right away.
Yeah.
Governor and Unkillable got it right
The
away.
Governor and the Unkillable Man got it right away. It's a
Oh.
short list of people that didn't like do something, like find something and go, oh no, this is the thing.
Yeah. You said that no one ever took him up on that, but the governor did, and he had to grow hair. That's why the governor has hair.
Mhm.
Remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because it was between
Somebody-
James Maloney and the governor, and whichever one of them lost had to grow hair.
The hair match.
Yeah.
I've always wondered if something would happen to the governor to take it off. I thought it was going to happen like right away, and then it never did.
Well, I think that's why we got the Unkillable Man. I think we needed to see John Serpico's beautiful dome, and he knew it. So he created a second character that allowed it, without breaking the gentleman's agreement between him and James Maloney.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really like how the Unkillable Man has evolved from a jobber to someone who sometimes wins. It's kind of fun for me.
Well, it's a very pro wrestling thing where, like, you know, if you get somebody who's beloved enough, people
Yeah.
want to see them win. And
Yeah.
Yep.
like,
That's good.
I had a match with the Unkillable Man, and it was the first time that David had like bumped up his stats from like hopeless to it can happen. And so David gave me that heads up. He's like, "Do you really want to do this match? Because I bumped up the Unkillable." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care if I win or lose, and if I lose the Unkillable Man, so
Like,
what?"
that's fantastic. Yeah.
He's unkillable.
Yep.
Like, I know we've got people that are way into whether their animated character wins or loses a match.
Diving European uppercut.
I stopped rooting for anything because getting the opposite of what I wanted has worked out for me, like in terms of character direction every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I can't help but root for myself though. I like my character, like especially the Slam is on. I'm like, "Whoa!" I get so when the Slam is on won the women's championship, I lost my shit. I was so happy.
I get like I straight up like bounced out of my chair and screamed "True Love wins" when I beat Bounty, and I knew what was coming after that.
I root hard for Sydney.
Yes.
I get really fucking into Sydney pulling off moves. For myself, I root for it, but I'm very excited for either outcome. And for our characters, it works to lose. So
So when I started, David would be like, "Okay, so we're gonna try like maybe you do this match or like do this thing," and I was like, "I don't care about the fighting. Here's my storyline, okay?" And I would like give him a soap opera. I was like, "I want this, and that." I was like, "I don't care about fighting. I don't care if I win or lose." I'm like, "Can I just make this story happen?" I was like, "I just want to do a Fight Club parody of like yelling at teddy bears. I just want to do this. I don't really care." He's like, "Okay, but I think maybe you should do this." I was like, "Do I have to fight?" I was like, "Can I just like make these stupid things?" Like,
And so of course you're the one with like 20 belts.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
well, you win belts
When
by
I-
just being here. That's the secret
yeah, because
sauce. Is
basically
stick
David
around.
would throw stuff out and was like, "Who wants to fight?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess I'll fight," because then I get to make another mini movie about whatever I want. I was like, I'm not following any of the things. I'm just gonna make whatever I want.
Who knows? Maybe that's where you is right now.
I just showed up.
That's how it goes. Like so much of the stuff that I turn into, like it's just an attached video with the sentence, "This is so stupid and so great."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I had when I won the Jingle Belt, I had no idea I was gonna win that. And he's like, "Well, you created a whole teddy bear army and then you attacked all of the female wrestlers with your teddy bears." And I was like, "Yeah, I was planning on doing that anyway, besides fighting for a Christmas belt. It just worked perfectly together."
I will leave QAW without ever having won a championship.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Me and
Well, we still have a few episodes.
me and
Right?
Rich Dembowski. That's it.
Make one. Seriously, fucking
Yeah,
make one
make
and
one.
do it in one of the random one-off episodes.
Yeah.
You know,
But you're the god
We've
of
got-
fire.
Yeah, we've got so much that we've got to get done over 3 episodes before the pay-per-view.
Right.
Like it didn't. I became the God of Fire, which is so much better than a championship belt. And it's another one of those things where I was straight up like, okay, I'm going to lose this, and then I've got this whole like downward spiral arc, and I've got this beat, and then this is going to happen, and then I won. I was like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
Right. And then you got Athens, Georgia.
Yeah, and then I just stumbled into Athens, Georgia, because specifically of the way that Serpico like worded, "Does anybody want to fight the governor to stop the expansion of New Jersey?" I was like, oh, well, what if I was in charge of just Athens, Georgia?
Yeah, no, it's been great. It's been great. It's been really good.
And that's all. And
Coming
so,
up.
like,
Oh,
that
I was-
fake New Jersey intro that I do. I already told you that.
Athens.
Yeah.
I was supposed
Yeah.
to be like, I was going to keep needling the governor over it in this, because in my head, I'm like, well, eventually I'm going to lose Athens to the governor. And now there's not time for me to lose Athens to the governor. There's too much other stuff to do.
It's really predictable.
I mean, you could in our inevitable reunion in a year.
Oh, yeah. Like I what's really exciting to me now, aside from finishing out this storyline with Chris, what's really exciting to me, and I have no idea what I'm going to do, but like just coming back like a year, 2 years, and like doing a Where Are They Now?
Yeah.
And like just sitting down and thinking about what has happened to this guy.
Yeah. I love the idea of the Where Are They Now? And it's literally just an episode of Simile the Jess where fucking Slamazon and Beltina are like on their little country farm together in the English countryside. So we're coming up at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know, what are you guys going to do after QAW is over? I'm sad. I'm like legit sad. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm going to have to come up with some other creative outlet.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to make my glorious return to improv, and then Delta hit, so...
Yeah, right? No shit.
Yep. There's that. Masked improv practices. Not my favorite. Yeah, I'm well, I don't know if everyone knows it, but I'm gonna move.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That's what I'm gonna do. But but that wouldn't change my participation in this, so I will miss it exactly as much as I currently am expecting to.
We moved on, David.
Yeah, right.
In a way, we always are. I mean, we're talking about how you're a genius because we will miss the thing you've created.
Yeah.
Terribly. We will miss it terribly, and
That
we'll
is true.
hold it against you for taking it away.
Yeah.
All right,
Very
guys.
true.
They are. We're working our way towards the love you. So thanks for coming and doing this thing. I've enjoyed. I really do. I really like talking about QAW as much as I like doing QAW, which is weird.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
absolutely.
It makes you laugh, and it's so fun to see what people create. We have so many creative, talented people in this thing. It's just mind blowing.
Yeah.
Everything that everybody creates. It's never boring, ever. Like it's always amazing.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like last right when the pandemic started, March and April, it was like a pretty shitty time for me. And like being part of QAW, unlike everyone else, I was having a really hard time. But yeah, being part of QAW is like kind of like a big deal, for me, like to have something to do, and then to like have all these new friends. Yeah, right? I don't want it to be over.
We're gonna get my kid vaccinated, and then I'm gonna start meeting some of these people that I've met.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
That's the 2-step process.
I mean,
QAW on the road.
we probably don't need to workshop an actual next idea on this show, but we could also work on a new show.
That's true. That's true. We can come up with a new show.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm gonna keep making weird ass videos. Now I know how to do it.
That's like
Maybe collect more
the
funny
story
people.
of QAW. If you did the marathon, is the story of like fucking 70 people learning how to edit things.
Guys, I learned how to do green screen. This is awesome.
I forget what the week was, not terribly long ago, where David said to Ryan, "No, I'm doing this one."
Well, so yeah, QAW is coming to a close. We have 3 more episodes of Pandemic. We're taking 10/7 off.
Yeah, so we're live next week, and then we're back with one of these again the week after that, and then we are off to the races to the finale.
Yes, which will be October 24th, and so you're not
Basically
gonna
all
want
day.
to fucking miss it, man.
We are starting to record the commentary for the finale tomorrow, so that we'll hopefully have it recorded by the 24th.
Right? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I've started working on some stuff.
Yeah. Same.
I have already started and deleted 2 projects for the final promo that just don't give it the majesty it deserves. So I think I'm really just going to take my phone and do like a 2-minute front-facing selfie promo to end
Well, we
everything.
love that.
No editing, just me
That's
monologuing.
I like it.
Definitely a fan and roster favorite style.
Yeah, agreed.
Never created any drama internally for us.
we've actually never had any internal drama. That's the beauty of it.
Well, I think that was the only internal drama we've ever had.
It's the only, the only stuff
promos
that
are
picked
due in
up.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, QAW is not the only show on this channel. So, sorry, I can't help myself. Tomorrow at midnight is the Midnight Creep Out, where I tell my friend Ben Scaria all sorts of creepy, scary, spooky spook-em-ups. And I think as Ben requested, Ben Scaria, we are going to be doing the Slenderman.
I'm so excited.
Slenderman.
Wait, can I interrupt you, Jess? Can I talk about your show?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Please do.
If you there in the chat, both of you, all three of you, or Ben, if you have not watched the Midnight Creep Out, it is a fantastic hang.
Oh,
it is so much fun. Like, the chemistry is palpable. You guys have fun together. And integrate the chat really smoothly, and it is, every time I'm able to make it, I'm more than happy that I did.
Yay, thanks.
All right, now you have to say something nice about all of the other 2MB shows. Go.
They're great.
Great, you did it. So catch the Midnight Creep Out.
Hysterical.
Catch Simply the Jess.
Yeah.
Are you still doing something? You're still doing something.
I am. Yeah, me and like
She
the two
does
people
it
that watch
every
it.
Sunday.
Yep.
It's a great
Here it is
show.
in the
It's
room.
a-
I watch it.
It has moved to a time I cannot watch.
I know.
I love it.
It's one of
I
those
love the
things.
show. I occasionally jump in and watch the old clips of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. Thanks.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything else they want to promote while we're talking about it?
I mean, theoretically, Comedy Sports is still reopening in October. So y'all can come out to Roslindale and watch the show, or book us for a birthday party as long as it's outdoors. We're doing those.
Nice. Oh,
Mhm.
that's cool.
Yeah, we got a birthday party.
Yeah. Pending availability, right? What?
That's fine. Pending the spread of Lambda variant across the fucking planet.
Yeah, we're gonna learn the Greek alphabet through this thing.
Yeah, seriously, right? I know. I made a joke to somebody like
Sigma.
last year that like I'm not gonna be able to go to fucking Boston Calling 2022 because we're gonna be dealing with fucking the Sigma variant or the Zeta variant or whatever.
All right, we are getting the love y'all, but we need to rat sign from our 2MB overlords.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt.
We love you.
Love you.